Number 6, Brian Smith.
Live from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. Nice rendition of our nation's anthem here in Pasadena, California, about an hour and 10 minutes down the road from Cal Lutheran. Got a late start here on the broadcast, we apologize, but the Oaks coming in off a win against the Ventura County Pirates in an interleague game yesterday. 11 innings, 3 hours and 6 minutes of play, and the Oaks won it in the bottom of the 11th on an RBI double by DJ Miller. They ended up winning 8-7. Jonah, that was a big win. The Oaks were on a 2-game losing streak before that. Now 3 games behind the Santa Barbara Foresters out of first place. This is the first of 3 big league games the Oaks have to play. What do you think the keys are for them today?
Well, they have to limit their turnovers. They had, or the errors, excuse me. They had 2 costly errors yesterday. And I think the other thing, look, they have to generate more than 10-plus hits. We've been beating around the bush for a long time. This team has been struggling to generate hits, and as a result, haven't been able to generate any offense. They did have 8 runs yesterday, but just 8 hits. So for them, I think it's going to be key. If they can get out to an early start, they put themselves in a better position yesterday, striking first and getting off to a better start in the first 3 innings. And if they do that, along with limiting their number of errors, and I think the other thing is getting more production out of the middle of their order. Because that typically has been the area where they've lacked when they've lost games or been in tight contests. So production from the middle of the air, limiting the number of errors, and then striking first in the first 3 innings are my keys to the game.
We'll see if those keys come to fruition here. The first of 2 times the Oaks will be out here in Pasadena. Since coming today's game at 13-10 overall, 11-9 in the CCL. The Oaks are 18-11 overall, 12-9 in the CCL. First for the Conejo Oaks, the starting lineup. Jason Oliver batting first out in right field from Cal State University Bakersfield as he steps in. Max Weinstein behind him from CLU playing second base, and Brandon Lewis in the 3rd spot from LA Pierce Junior College playing 3rd base. I'll give you the rest of the order here in just a moment as Jason Oliver will step in. Yesterday came in as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. He ended up reaching second on an error thereafter. Pitcher on the mound for Arroyo Seco Saints, Gordon Ingebrigtsen. Pitched 6 innings against the Oaks back on June 20th. Got the loss. The Oaks won 7-1. From Coastal Carolina, redshirt his freshman season, transferring in the fall. First pitch outside for ball 1. First pitch time, 1:01. We're 4 minutes early. 102 degrees outside, with the wind blowing steadily out towards the left. Ingebrigtsen deals the 0-1 pitch, catching the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Top of the first inning here in Jackie Robinson Field. Once again, the Oaks won back on June 20th, 7-1. The 1-1 cut on and missed for strike number 2, along with those 6-inning pitch against the Oaks. Actually, 5 innings, my mistake. Ingebrigtsen gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Side armor comes set and deals the 1-2, popped up over to right. Running back on is Gabe Chavez at a second base along with Harrell and Burton, and Chavez will make the catch for out number 1. Field here for you for the Saints. Blake Burton to right, Brian Smith in center, Dustin Krob in left, Corey Harrell at first, Gabe Chavez at second, Alex Briggs at short, Brandon Shearer at third. Behind the plate is Mitch Kerner on the mound. Gordon Ingebrigtsen. Max Weinstein steps in now. Cal Lutheran product, playing second base in today's game. Sporting the purple Cal Lutheran helmet. The first pitch he sees runs upstairs for ball 1. Weinstein and Lewis due up. Grant Mayu in the cleanup spot in the hole, playing shortstop from San Diego State. DJ Miller playing center field, batting behind him from Ole Miss. Chase Cockrell also from Ole Miss, batting 6th out in first base. The 1-1. Pop to straightaway center field, running back on it is Smith, and he will not make the catch. Rounding first and going to second is Weinstein. The relay is not in time as Briggs was out of position. And Max Weinstein is on with a double here, one away in the top of the first inning.
Mr. Clutch, Max Weinstein delivers again, and this time early in the game, just like DJ Miller got off to a hot start yesterday, leading off with a stand-up double. Max Weinstein follows that up with another one here to start this game.
Brandon Lewis steps in now to finish off the Oaks order after Chase Cockrell in the 6th spot. Jordan McFarland behind him from the University of Arkansas DHing. Juan Gonzalez catching in today's game from Oklahoma Baptist. And Milo Beam out in left from Purdue rounds out the Oaks order. Ingebrigtsen comes set, checks the runner at second and fires the first pitch away to Brandon Lewis for ball number 1. Lewis on the day yesterday in the 3rd spot. Went 1 for 4. Check that, 1 for 5, 2 strikeouts, a double. A pop out, and he reached on an error in the 9th inning. Originally ruled a hit, but changed about half an inning later. The righty comes set and deals the 1-0 pitch. Popped up back behind home plate, and that one is going to go out of play into the stands behind us for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, 1 on here in the top of the first inning. The L.A. Pierce Junior College product digging in now. Batted .419 for Bill Pickett's squad this past year. Takes a couple of practice swings. Ingebrigtsen comes set on the rubber, checks Weinstein and fires the 1-1. Cut on him, fouled for strike number 2.
Lewis a big at-bat for the Oaks. Actually,
Lewis digs in as Ingebrigtsen steps off. Ingebrigtsen, like I said, played against the Oaks, got the Carolina. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball, cut on a missed for strike number 3. Down goes Lewis on 4 pitches, the first strikeout on the day for Ingebrigtsen, and there's a runner on second with 2 away. And Jonah, this has been the Achilles heel for the Oaks as of late, leaving runners in scoring position.
mentioned second and third base. They have to clean that up if they want to give themselves a better chance to win.
Grant Mayu steps in, batting cleanup for the first time in the season, and takes a pitch outside. He broke his foot in the offseason, but got rehab and surgery. It's now better. The 0-1 pitch to Mayu is foul tipped off the helmet of Kerner behind the plate, and now he's even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That pitch has to have hurt Kerner. Mayu takes a big swing, fouls that back, and it hits his helmet before bouncing back.
Ingebrigtsen comes set on the rubber. Checks Weinstein at second once again with 2 away and deals the 1-1. Slapped to short. Briggs will get it. Toss it across the diamond in time for out number 3. The Oaks get a runner in scoring position but can't bring him around. No runs, hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through half an inning here from Jackie Robinson Field. No score, but the Royal Seco Saints look to change.
Number 4.
Bottom of the first here from Steve Dayton will step in. Playing left field in today's game. Give you the Oaks field in just a moment. The pitcher, Nate Wennert from Cal Lutheran. Toes rubber and fires the first. Max Weinstein at second. Grant Mayu at short. Brandon Lewis at third. Behind the dish is Juan Gonzalez. The 0-1 pitch from Wenner is tapped back foul for strike number. Suburban Junior College, where he batted .392 in 28 games. He had 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, 37 runs scored, 12 strikeouts, and 20 walks. As Wenner deals the 1-1. Popped up into foul territory toward first. Cockrell will take a look at it, and he misses the catch. So that'd be strike number 2. Along with the baby blue uniforms, Oaks have the white.
Smart call for the Saints. It's a hot day. White reflects heat.
Gabe Chavez digs in from Cal State Bernardino, excuse me. Wenner comes set. Pearson fires. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped back with nobody away for Gabe Chavez. San Bernardino. From Rio Hondo, he was actually on the Sentinels last year. He digs in. Back-to-back leadoff hits here to lead off the Saints half of the first inning, and they have 2 on with
back in their home field.
Durna digging in now from University of California, San Diego. Give you the rest of the lineup, here in just a moment for the lefty. Digs back in. Wenner checks the runner at second. Goes the 1-1, slapped foul towards third. And that'll put Wenner ahead in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The infield to hold up Krob over at third. Otherwise, he could have come around to score.
Dustin Krob led off things for the Saints with a single. Gabe Chavez also singled, and now Tyler Durna singled. Bases loaded, nobody away here. And Blake Burton digging in, made the All-Star team for the Saints this season. And now an opportunity here to showcase his offensive skill. From the University of Washington, Wenner deals the first pitch a little bit outside for ball 1. Blake Burton had 2 at-bats this past year for University of Washington. Did not record a hit in those 2 at-bats. Wenner toes the rubber once again. 1-0 count and deals a fastball swung and missed for strike number 1. That evens the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Big spot here for the Oaks. Bases loaded. The Saints trying to get off early. They come in with a record of 11-9 in the CCL. They're trying to catch the Riptide in the South, and it's not going to be an easy battle, but this is a big game for them. The 1-1 pitch popped back against the screen for strike number 2. Wenner getting his third start with the Oaks. 0-1 record.
And this is a big game also, for both teams. Oaks looking to collect a couple in-league wins, and the Seco Saints trying to get back in their division.
The 1-2 pitch popped back against the face mask of Gonzalez, and we'll do it again. Oaks off a win yesterday against the Ventura County Pirates in 11 innings. That was a long game, 3 hours and 12 minutes. Jacob Castro led off the bottom of the 11th with a single, a strikeout followed, and then DJ Miller at the top of the order was able to double him home to give the Oaks the win. The righty digs back in on the rubber and deals the 1-2 pitch. Burton checks his swing, appeal over to first. They're saying he didn't go, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Beautiful off-speeder from Wenner, especially on that outside. Nearly caught Burton fully swinging, but he's able to hold it back in time.
Wenner once again, Pearson fires. The 2-2 pitch. Hit over to second by Weinstein, as he will make the catch for out number 1. Infield fly rule in effect nonetheless, so runners have to stay put. And that's a good first out here for Wenner. He needs to work these batters and make sure that they don't hit the ball in a part of the park that could have Krob over at third tagging. A high fastball. They're able to get Burton to pop out for the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded, though.
And now in a one-away situation, the Oaks can set themselves up for a double play or force out in the infield.
Double play, the ideal situation here. Corey Harrell steps in from Graceland University. Digs in. And the first pitch from Wenner runs outside, but away from Gonzalez. Coming in and scoring is Krob. Runners will advance as well, and the Saints take a 1-0 lead here on the wild pitch in the bottom of the first inning.
And those are the types of plays that are going to haunt the Oaks because those are things that you can control. Obviously, with bases loaded, the pressure's on Wenner, but he has to be a little more aware of the situation, understanding, look, one wild pitch, if it gets past the glove of Gonzalez, and he's made a couple incredible catches throughout his time with the Oaks, but one passed ball, and that's it.
The 1-0 pitch back against the screen of Gonzalez, or the face mask of Gonzalez for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Saints lead at 1-0, a whole slew of ones. Runners on second and third. Shaw is at third, Tyler Durna at second. Dustin Krob around in the inning. Thus far, Blake Burton the only out with a pop out to second. Ready digs back in, and Wenner deals the 1-1, a curveball in the dirt, gets past Gonzalez once again, coming in scoring is Chavez, rounding third and coming home as well as Durna, and now the throw is in time as Seal just rushed back to third, so only 1 run coming around on the wild pitch, and that'll be another mistake, Jonah. Runner in scoring position again, 1 away, and the Saints lead 2-0.
And it's just silly mistakes. You thought that maybe the Oaks learned from literally 1 pitch ago, but now they trail 2-0 and still with 1 away, runner on third. If they throw another wild pitch, that could bring a 3rd runner home for the Saints.
Gonzalez, the best defensive catcher in the CCL, blocks that 2-1 pitch for ball 3. One of 5 Oaks players to make the All-Star. Second baseman Wax Weinstein, or the All-Star team, I should say. Center fielder DJ Miller. And 2 pitchers, Robbie Medell and Evan McMillan, the skipper for the South, is head coach of the Oaks, David Solis. So big congratulations to those 5 players and the Oaks skipper. A 3-1 pitch from Wenner. Paints the outside. No, called ball. That'll be a 5-pitch walk, advancing Harrell over the first base. The first walk given up on the day by the CLU product. And that'll bring up Brandon Shearer from Loyola Marymount. Played his ball actually at Agora High School, a rising junior. Anthony Chevrier, the head coach of Arroyo Seco, was his coach at Agora High School. This past year for LMU, had a phenomenal season. In 55 games, batted a phenomenal .397. First pitch to the lefty at the knees for strike number 1. Along with this .397 batting average, he was second on the team in RBIs with 37 and 77 total bases. He had a phenomenal season. A local product, actually of the Conejo Valley, Agora just down the road from CLU. 2-0 our score here. Bottom of the first, runner at first and third. Wenner deals, though, 1 in the dirt for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away.
Gonzalez tried to place that in the bottom of the strike zone, but umpire wasn't going to be fooled on that one.
2 runs, 3 hits, no errors here for the Saints. The Oaks have no runs, a hit, no errors. We also left 1 on base. That 1-1 runs up and away for ball 2. Head coach Anthony Chevrier in his 2nd season with the Saints. He has a he actually has a 28-23 all-time record now. He's been the head coach of Agora High School since 2013, where he's posted an 89-51 record. Agora was ranked in the top 60 CIF baseball teams from 2013 to 2016 as the 2-1 pitch is slapped towards center where Miller won't have to move. He'll make the catch. The throw will come in. Tagging from third home is Durna, and he will score on the sacrifice flyout for out number 2, but the Saints take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Heads up play from Shear, understanding Durna is over in scoring position at third, and all you need is to fly one out into the outfield. And a well-executed play, and the Saints lead at 3-0 now.
Corey Harrell, still over at first base. He was walked 2 batters ago. Alex Bridges from Long Island University in Brooklyn steps in, playing shortstop in today's game. Actually played at Pasadena Junior College before transferring. Takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. This past season at Pasadena Junior College, batted .279, 21 RBIs, 30 runs scored. 2 stolen bases, 37 strikeouts, and 18 walks. Taking his talents to the East Coast. Wenner checks the runner at first And deals the 1-0 pitch. Cut on a miss for strike number 1. That'll even the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Feel free to tweet at us at Caneo_Oaks on Twitter. He's at Jonah_Malkin. I'm at Johnny Riff with 1 F at the end. Or live chat with us in our YouTube box. Love to hear what fans have to say. Winner comes set. Oaks down 3-0 here in the bottom of the first and deals the 3-1 just a little bit low. Check swing. They say he didn't go around, and that'll bring the count now to 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 from Wenner runs low in the dirt, and I guess that was actually the 2-1, so now it's 3-1, my mistake. So regardless of what I made you all believe, Wenner still has another opportunity here to pick up in this at-bat, as he does have a ball to give. 3-1 the count, 2 away, 1 on, 3-0 our score. Wenner deals the 3-1, a fastball swung and a miss for strike number 2, and that brings the count full for the first time in today's game.
Beautiful fastball in the middle of the strike zone. Briggs was expecting it to tail down towards the end, but instead it stayed up. Caught him a little off guard.
Payoff pitch here. Swung and a missed for strike 3. Down goes Briggs. The first strikeout on the day for Wenner, and we're finally out of the first inning. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 1 full here from Jackie Robinson Memorial Field in Pasadena, California. Saints lead at 3-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Back here in the top of the second inning. Saints up 3-0. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Our statistician Keith Schneider on hand as well. DJ Miller batting in the 5th spot today steps in. Oaks trying to come back now. Down 3-0. The first pitch from Ingebrigtsen paints the outside corner for strike number 1. Oaks have 1 hit, a double by Max Weinstein. He was stranded on second, though, back in the first inning for the Oaks' only base runner of the day. The Coastal Carolina product digs back in and fires the 0-1 pitch. Ripped towards right, running back on it is Burton, and he will make the catch short of the warning track for quick out number 1. Chase Cockrell will dig in now, batting 6th in today's game. Was a cleanup batter for a while, but has slowly moved down the lineup. Grant Mayu batting cleanup today. Yesterday, drew 2 walks, scored once, and went 0 for 2 otherwise. Got pinch run by Shams Shaken in the 8th inning. From Ole Miss, the first pitch from Ingebrigtsen is slapped towards right center field. Running back on it is Smith, as that's going to drop for another 1-out single for the Oaks. Cockrell coming up big here for Conejo, and they have a runner on now with 1 away for Jordan McFarland.
Great hit into opposite field, and Cockrell, he struggled yesterday, 0 for 2 with 2 walks, but it's gonna feel nice for him to see that one go through opposite field for a base hit.
Jordan McFarland from the University of Arkansas digs in. First pitch he sees popped up to right. Burton runs over to it, and we'll watch it go foul for strike number 1. McFarland in 48 at-bats has 18 strikeouts. That is a rough number, something that he is looking to change, but when he gets hits, they tend to be extra bases. Batted .271 in 28 games for Arkansas. The 0-1 pitch paints the outside corner at the knee for strike number 2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 3 runs, 3 hits. No errors for the Arroyo Seco Saints in their first year in the CCL. 13-10 overall, 11-9 in the CCL. The 0-2 pitch, a curveball, swung and a missed. First strike 3. McFarland will take the long walk back to the bench. 2 strikeouts now for Ingebrigtsen on the day. That'll bring up the Oklahoma Baptist product, Juan Gonzalez, one of the 5 Oaks made to the CCL All-Star game. That'll be played on Wednesday at MLB Urban Youth Academy. You can watch that on Fox Sports. Gonzalez was drafted in 2013 by the Cleveland Indians in the 27th round and opted to play in college. He's going to be a senior at Oklahoma Baptist in the fall. Ingebrigtsen takes the runner at first and deals the first pitch outside for ball 1. It gets away from Kerner, but he quickly corrals it. And that'll keep Cockrell at bay at first base.
You can be sure Gonzalez is going to look to return the favor to the Saints after 2 wild pitches from Wenner got past him to plate 2 runs. He's going to want to return the favor.
The 1-0 pitch fouled back against the helmet of Kerner for strike number 1. 2 away here, 1 on, 3-0 our score. Saints up over the Oaks in the top of the second. Milo Beam on deck. Lay of the land for you here. Blake Burton right, Brian Smith in center, Dustin Crobin left, Corey Hill at first, Gabe Chavez at second, Alex Briggs at short, Brandon Sharir at third. Behind the dish is Mick Kerner and Gordon Ingebrigtsen for a second inning of work on the mound. Deals the 1-1, a curveball taken on the outside corner for strike number 2.
Beautiful pitch from Ingebrigtsen on the outside corner off speeder. Gonzalez was expecting a fastball, instead was surprised.
1-1.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 away here. Ingebrigtsen, after giving up a single with 1 away to Cockrell, has been dealing. The 1-2 pitch to Gonzalez. Fouled back. And he'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. DJ Miller led off the inning flying out to right. Cockrell followed it up with a single, and Jordan McFarland struck out. That's how we've gotten to where we are thus far in the top of the first. Saints scored 3 runs back in the bottom of the first on 3 hits. They left 1 on base as well. Ingebrigtsen takes a breath and deals the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back once again, and Gonzalez just really fighting to stay alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and Kerner is fighting to stay alive too. He's been taking a beating behind the dish. That's 3 balls that have clipped him in the face mask on tap swings from the Oaks batters.
Cockrell at first doesn't possess any stealing speed as he takes a step and a half lead. The 1-2, a curveball just missing outside for ball number 2. Good eye from Gonzalez. Gonzalez is an unbelievable defensive catcher. It's very hard to run on him because he gets up so quickly and he has a cannon for an arm. Also phenomenal blocking pitches behind the dish. Ingebrigtsen comes set and deals the 2-2. Swung and a miss for strike 3. Down goes Gonzalez on strikeouts, the 3rd of the day for Ingebrigtsen. And we're through the top of the 2nd inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Saints still lead at 3-0 right here at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. Don't go anywhere. please, before every single guy.
From Emory University, number 30, Mitch Kerner.
Back here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field in Pasadena, California, Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin on hand, along with our statistician Keith Schneider. Nate Wenner on the mound, dealing to Mitch Kerner to lead things off. Deals a strike on the outside corner. Oaks down 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Left a runner on base the 2 times they've been on offense. Kerner from Emory University played his high school ball at Calabasas High School. Just down the road from Thousand Oaks as the 0-1 pitch is popped up towards the left. Beam makes a look at it and will glove it for out number 1.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Saints, center fielder.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Brian Smith from Occidental College from Chino Valley, Arizona. Heading to his junior year this past year at Occidental in 29 games. He led the team in at-bats with 153, a 307 batting average, also led the team. 7 home runs led the team. Led the team with 28 RBIs and 47 hits as well. A team leader for Division III Occidental as he takes the first pitch, on the outside corner for ball number 1. A couple of shout-outs to give here. Sandra Cockrell, Chase Cockrell's mom, for listening and supporting her son. We appreciate your viewership, and we know Chase appreciates you as well. As the first pitch is popped back, Juan Gonzalez takes a look at it and will go out of play for strike number 1, 1-1 the count. Along with Mrs. Cockrell, on a shout-out, Doc Stephen Ames, former journalism professor and writer, has been helping out the Oaks since 2006 and helping Jonah and myself out as well. Jody Johnson, Jason Oliver's mother, and Nellie Beam, of course, Milo Beam's mom. We know your sons appreciate your support, but we do as well here on the broadcast. 1-1 pitch, Sky towards right center field. Oliver will back up a little bit and make the grab short of the warning track for out number 2.
Your attention, please. Now batting for
3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Saints. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Oaks. But those 3 runs in the top of the first could hurt them because Wenner, now dealing, has put his offense in a uphill battle.
Came out of the gates a little bit tentative on the mound, but now he's starting to get settled and he's forced 2 flyouts.
Back to the top of the order for Dustin Krob, 1 for 1 on the day. Foul tips the first pitch he sees back against the screen for strike number 1. Bottom of the second inning, I should say. Saints lost the first game against the Oaks 7-1. Back on June 20th. This is the second of 3 games these 2 teams will play. Oaks will be back here in 2 weeks for another 105 start. Wenner deals, though, 1 pitch low and away for ball 1. By the way, the date of that is July 22nd. That'll be the 3rd to last game of the season. That'll be the 4th road game in 4 days for the Oaks. You'd expect they'll be tired in that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball dealt, slapped, dive by Mayu as it gets past his glove into center field for a 2-out single. Krob is now 2 for 2 on the day.
Nice job from Krob to keep the inning alive. And with 2 for 2 in a 2-out situation, Gabe Chavez, who also led off with a hit, looking to bring him home or extend the inning for the Saints as well.
Yeah, Chavez with 2 away and a runner on, digging in. 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored. Both him and Krob both scored on wild pitches back in the first inning. Tyler Dern on deck scored as well, but on a single, or on a sacrifice RBI, I should say, by Brandon Shearer. 2 away, 1 on. Chavez digs in the first pitch. A curveball chopped towards third on the second hop. Barehanded by Lewis on the short hop to Cockles to get past him. Rounding third and coming home is Krob. Following him is Chavez, but that ball went out of play, and they're going to call Krob back to third, I believe. Yeah, they will, because that ball went out of play. The runners could only advance 1 place on the error, even though Shavir is arguing that call with the home plate umpire. They're arguing that when that ball went out of play, Krob was already rounding third, but that's not the case. So that saves a run, an E5. It's runners on second and third. The first error on the day for the Oaks. And Tyler Dern is stepping in 1 for 1 with a run scored. The lefty from UCSD digs in. The first pitch from Wenner is a cut foul ball towards third base for strike number 1.
And we saw that yesterday when a ball that the Oaks hit into right field and ended up getting stuck underneath one of the benches, forcing a couple runs to be held up at second and third.
3 runs, 4 hits, no errors here for the Saints. 2 away, 2 on. The 0-1 pitch ripped towards first, but out of play. For strike number 2, the Oaks have no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Coming off a 11th inning game-winning double by DJ Miller yesterday. But 0 for 2 in the last 2 games in league play. Their last win was on Tuesday on the 4th of July against the Santa Barbara Foresters, 3-1. They've dropped 2 games since. The 0-2 runs low and away for ball 1. Gabe Shaw is on second, Dustin Krob at third. 2 away here for the 5th batter of the inning. Facing a 1-2 count as he digs in, waves that bat over his left shoulder, twirls it in a counterclockwise circle. Winner from the stretch deals the 1-2 pitch. 2-hopper over to second. Backhanded by Weinstein, tossed to Winner at first for out number 3. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left on base. Gets us through the first 2 innings here at Jackie Robinson Field. Saints still lead at 3-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Milo Beam will dig in here as Ingebrigtsen's first pitch is bunted down. A dead fish bunt in front of the home plate. Kerner gets it and will throw a beam. For the first out here in the top of the 3rd inning, Oaks down 3-0. Beam from Purdue, normally very good at bunts, but Kerner had his number there. 2-3 put out for those keeping score at home. Brings us back to the top of the order for Jason Oliver. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a pop out over to second base in his first at-bat. Give you a lay of the land here after the first pitch as Ingebrigtsen gets the ball back and takes a couple of swings with his arms. Now he digs in, toes the rubber. Pearson fires the first pitch to Oliver at the knees for strike number 1. Blake Burton in right, Brian Smith in center, Dustin Krob in left. Give you the infield here in just a moment. Ingebrigtsen steps back as Oliver digs in. The 0-1 pitch runs inside for ball 1. Over at first, Corey Harrell. Gabe Shaw is at second. Alex Briggs at short. Brandon Shearer at third. And behind the dish is Mitch Kerner. Ingebrigtsen on the mound for his third inning of work. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here. Top of the 3rd. Oliver pops up the 1-1 over to left. Krob runs back on it and makes the catch at the warning track for out number 2.
Nice grab from Krob back in left field. Such a tough catch to make, especially with the sun beaming right in your eyes. Ball's drifting forward, tough to tell the wind and where the ball is moving. So nice catch for out number 2.
Max Weinstein steps in 1 for 1 on the day. Interesting field dimensions here. Left field is actually the furthest part of the ballpark. As Ingebrigtsen comes set, Weinstein digs in and the first pitch is slapped up the middle. Gloved by Chavez, though, at second. He'll quickly make the turn and fire it to Harrell at first for out number 3. So Oaks get 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Saints still lead at 3-0, though. Through 2.5. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third inning here. 3-0 our score. Blake Burton will step in the fourth spot here for the Saints. Nate Wenner still on the mound. Saints up 3-0. Jonathan Rifkin, Jonah Malkin. Oaks Baseball on KDTV as Wenner comes set. The Washington Husky fouls off the first pitch for strike number 1. 0 for 1 on the day with a pop out to second in his first at-bat. Playing right field. Had 2 at-bats for the Huskies this past season. Did not record a hit. Swing the bat over his right shoulder. Wenner comes set. Pearson fires the 0-1 pitch. A curveball upstairs for ball 1. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Saints. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. Wenner trying to damage control now, keep this lead at bay. The 1-1 in from Wenner. Runs outside for ball number 2. The Oaks are selling raffle tickets this season. You have an opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, a Cole Calhoun autographed baseball as Wenner deals the 2-1. Popped up, backing out of play for strike number 2. A Mike Sosha autographed bat, or Caneo Oaks merchandise, or 2 $25 Visa gift cards. $5 per ticket, $20 for 5 tickets. Winner not need to be present. If you want to buy a raffle ticket, feel free to tweet at us at Caneo_Oaks or Jonah Malkin or myself, Johnny Riff. 2-2 pitch, grounded towards third. 2 hopper to Lewis says he'll quickly toss it over to Cockrell for out number 1. You'll have to pay before you do receive your ticket, but we can reserve some for you. Raffle ends July 15th. A couple of great options here. Corey Harrell steps in from Graceland University. 0 for 0 on the day with a walk, but he was stranded at first back in the first inning. 3 total runners stranded on base for the Saints, 2 for the Oaks. Wenner deals. Popped foul back against the fence for strike number 1.
Wenner's been doing a much better job locating his pitches, keeping them away from the middle of the strike zone. Also changing up the speeds with his curveballs on the inside in the mid-70s.
Wenner comes set, toes the rubber, and deals the 0-1 pitch. Runs low and away for ball number 1. Wenner had the pleasure, along with fellow teammates Max Weinstein and Miguel Salud, to win a Division III national championship this past year with Cal Lutheran. An unbelievable job from the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, getting their first championship. The 1-1 is a curveball at the knees for strike number 2. A beautiful pitch there from Wenner, and he's ahead in the count. Miguel Salud was actually named the World Series most outstanding player for closing out all 3 final games of the World Series. Only 1 run gave up with 9 strikeouts. The 1-2 cut foul for the fourth pitch of that bat, and we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Salud was recognized from Salise. in front of everyone. Well-deserved recognition. And they have a banner, championship banner to show for it.
The 1-2 just misses inside for ball number 2, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-0 our score here. It's bottom of the 3rd inning. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we're in Pasadena, California. 1-game road trip before the Oaks finish off the week. Tomorrow is the 2-2 pitch, runs low and away for ball number 3. Brings the count full now. The Oaks will be at home tomorrow against the Ventura Halos at 12. They'll have a day off on Monday before hitting the road again in Long Beach on Tuesday, the All-Star game on Wednesday, and then 3-game homestand against the Legends, the Surf, and the Team Victory on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They end the week next week as the 3-2 pitch is a curveball swung and missed for strike 3. On Sunday against the Halos in Ventura, that's the 2nd strikeout, by the way, for Wenner. His line so far in 3 innings of work are actually 2 2/3. 4 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. 2 away here, Brandon Shearer steps in. Sacrifice fly his first time up to score the 3rd run of the 1st inning. The LMU product digs in. Waves that bat over his left shoulder. Wenner deals the first pitch low for ball 1. Decent turnout here for Moreo Seca. Large stands, as we're actually just next to the Rose Bowl. It shares a parking lot where the UCLA Bruins play their football games. The 1-0 pitch, cut over to first, but foul for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. 3-0 our score here. Saints over the Oaks. And the whole area is actually very nice, nestled in South Pasadena. There's a park, a golf course, a couple of soccer fields, the giant Rose Bowl Stadium, and Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Lefty digs back in. Wenner deals the 1-1 low and inside for ball 2. And last time our statistician Keith Schneider was here was when his USC Trojans beat the Penn State and Indy Lions in the Rose Bowl game. And now he's hoping to go 2 for 2 for his team's winning if the Oaks can pull one out here today. Wenner deals the 2-1 low and inside once again for ball 3.
Hopefully next year could be a change of Big Ten team coming to the Rose Bowl.
Jonah, you and
Perhaps
your
a
Wisconsin
team in the
bias.
Wisconsin area, perhaps.
We'll see. Wisconsin played USC last year in the bowl game, if you recall. 3-1 pitch, low and inside once again, so a 5-pitch walk with 2 away, puts Shearer on first base. The 2nd walk sufficed by Wenner on the day.
And I liked the outcome of that game the last time those teams
You did, but USC looking strong. We'll see what happens this upcoming year. Alex Briggs steps in now 0 for 1 with a strikeout. LIU Brooklyn is where he'll attend in the fall. Played at Pasadena City College this past year, just down the road from Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. LIU Brooklyn. Good team in the Patriot League. The first pitch, a strike at the knees. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Saints. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Oaks. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Our first pitch time was at 1:01 local. Quick game, but the Saints taking their lead here. Runner on first, the 0-1 pitch just misses outside for ball 1.
It's such a luxury for Wenner to have Gonzalez behind the dish, because even on pitches that might not clip the corners of the strike zones, he just has such great placement that he can kind of make the home umpires believe that it does catch the strike zone.
1-1. Drops at the knees for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Oaks and the Slow Blues are both tied for 2nd place in the CCL Central. The Foresters up 3 games above both of them. Runner goes. The 1-2 pitch fouled back against the fence, and we'll do it again in 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shearer will have to take his base back at first. Wind picking up now towards left. 7-mile-an-hour gust, 2 to 3 miles running steady. 374 out and left is the deepest part of the ballpark. 268 out in straightaway center. 1-2 pitch, hit into shallow, actually no, just right to second base. Shallow right center where Wantino make the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. We're through 3 full here from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. Oaks down 3-0. They'll take the offensive side back in the top of the 4th after this. Top of the 4th here at Pasadena. Psycho Saints and the Oaks duking it out on the baseball diamond. Brandon Lewis steps in with the Saints up 3-0. And for play-by-play, my broadcasting partner, Jonah Malkin.
Thank you, Jonathan. Lewis watches that pitch bounce off the glove of Kerner for ball 1. Oaks taking on the Arroyo Seco Saints here in the top of the 4th for the 2nd time this season. Lost to them 7-1 about a month ago nearly. Crazy time flies. Second pitch, Lewis grounds it over to short. And that'll be thrown out at Harrell over at first for out number 1. He was 0 for 1 on the day, but now make him 0 for 2, and Grant Mayu will step in. He's 0 for 1 on the day as well with a ground out to short. And looking to change that yesterday, went 1 for 5 with 1 home run and an RBI for the Aztec. Ingerbritsen deals, taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Ingerbritsen on the day in a little over 3 innings pitched, just giving up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Deals the 0-1. Mayu pops that deep into center, and that's going to drop. Bouncing against the wall, and Mayu has a stand-up double for the Oaks here in the top of the 4th.
That's a big hit there for Mayu. The Oaks need a runner in scoring position, and what better way to get on than with the Oaks leader in extra base hits, Grant Mayu. Finding that deep part in left center field and getting that ball down, standing on second base now.
So after the ground out from Lewis, Grant Mayu delivers with a deep shot into center field. Puts him over at second, and DJ Miller, who's 0 for 1 on the day, looking for his first RBI of the day. Waves that bat over his right shoulder, takes the pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Miller was the hero yesterday, hit that walk-off double that sent Castro home when the Oaks won in the bottom of the 10th. Cut on and missed for strike 1.
Oh, beautiful curveball in the outside corner. Had Miller way out in front, and now he's down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
He also went 3 for 5 yesterday. He's gone out of his hitting slump. 0-2 is dealt from Ingerbritsen. Miller hits that deep into center and making the leaping grab. Or is not going to get there, and Mayu's going to advance to third, so Smith ended up missing the ball, and that advanced Miller over to second.
Yeah, bad error there from Brian Smith in center, hit to shallow center field. As he was running over, he just lost the ball in his glove as it bounced out, and that'll be an error. But the Oaks will take it with 2 runners in scoring position now, and the tying runner at the plate in the form of Chase Cockrell.
That's the first error on the day for the Saints. 1 for the Saints, 1 for the Oaks. And now runners in scoring position with 1 away here in the top of the 4th, and Chase Cockrell looking to deliver. 1 for 1 on the day with a single. First pitch is dealt, and that's blooped right into first baseman glove of Harrell for out number 2. Make that 2 away in the top of the 4th. Runners over at second and third. Oaks already have left 2 on base in the first and second inning. But they cannot afford to leave anymore as they're down 3-0 and need the CCL win. McFarland will step in. Watch that pitch glide on the inside for ball 1. McFarland's 0 for 1. Struck out. And now he has 19 strikeouts on the season. A stat that I know he's looking to improve upon in today's game. Ingebrigtsen deals the 0-1. Now make that 0-2. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Ingebrigtsen already has 3 strikeouts on the day. Deals the 1-1. Drops above the strike zone for ball 2. Oaks have no runs, 3 hits and 1 error. And the Saints, 3 runs, 4 hits and 1 error, but they lead at 3-0 as they've been able to convert on those runners that have been on base. They've also left 4 on.
Let's go now, Jordan. Let's go through 6.
Ingebrigtsen, McFarland fouls out of play to bring the count full at 3-2. 2 games ago, the Oaks had 10 full count situations. Yesterday, just 5. This was the first full count situation for them on the day. Payoff pitch is dealt. It's tapped back into the glove to stay alive in the count at 3-2.
Yeah, look at like it caught Kerner behind the plate right in that spot that men really don't like to be hit. And they do wear cups, but it doesn't cover that whole area. So unfortunately, he had to deal with the tail end of that ball, but he seems to be okay.
And Kerner's taken a beating all day. Already 3 balls have been fouled back against his face mask. So 1 upstairs and 1 downstairs isn't necessarily the most enjoyable type of a start to a baseball game. 3-2 pitch. Grounded into foul territory, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, that would have been trouble if McFarland could have capitalized on that pitch. He has had 2 nice curveballs that he should have at least gone out of the infield, but both times he's pulled off just at the very end and fouled them off.
48 at-bats, or 49 at-bats. McFarland just has 6 RBIs on the season for the Oaks. Waves that bat over his right shoulder. Payoff pitch is dealt. And his patience shows dividends as he'll be walked over to first. That's the first walk on the day issued from Ingebrigtsen.
Yeah, the Saints only walked 1 Oak batter back on June 20th when these 2 teams played, and only 1 walk here. But that's a big walk now for Gonzalez. If he could at least get the ball down, he could at least score 2 runs. The Oaks need to capitalize with runners on base. This has been their Achilles heel as of late, and now is the perfect situation to break that slump.
Juan Gonzalez stepping up into the plate with the bases loaded. The last time these 2 teams played, had an RBI single and a double and came around to score. Looking for another one here. First pitch is dealt, popped high in the sky. Kerner's going to try and track it down, but it's going to get over the fence and into foul play for strike 1.
Well, that was the pitch to see there from Juan. He swung a little bit too far under it. It was a fastball up at the belt. And you could tell he was swinging for the fences there, though. A good job. Able to at least squeak it out of play and live to see a couple more pitches in this at-bat.
So McFarland over at first. DJ Miller at second on the air from Smith out in center. And Mayu over at third with 2 away for the Oaks in the top of the 4th. 0-1 is popped up once again into foul territory, and now he's down 0-2.
He is getting the bat on the ball. He has a strikeout in today's game, and you know that's looming in the back of his mind. He also went 0 for 2 yesterday with a strikeout and a flyout, so we'll see here if he can take away his slump that has loomed as of late.
He did draw a walk yesterday, but seems like a awful task to try and do it here. 0-2 is popped up once again. And getting underneath it is Harrell to make the catch, and out number 3. So the Oaks unfortunately get no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on base. Can't seem to capitalize, and they still down to the Arroyo Seco Saints 3-0 as we're through 3.5 here at Jackie Robinson Field. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. We'll take a short break. Welcome back here at Jackie Robinson's Field in Pasadena, California. Oaks trail the Arroyo Seco Saints 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. Mitch Kerner, the catcher from Emory University, to lead off. Looking to get his first hit. Pops that deep into center.
Great job, Oaks.
And DJ Miller will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, after that long first inning, Wenner able to settle in a little bit, only giving up 1 hit in the last 2 innings. He did have a walk back in the 3rd, but overall his confidence isn't wavering too much out there on the mound, and it's really helping him.
Quickly 1 away for the Saints in the bottom of the 4th. Brian Smith to step in the 9th spot to round out the bottom of the order. He flew out 1 to right. Wenner's first pitch is popped up once again. Weinstein calling for it. He'll get underneath it and make the catch for out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs quickly for the Saints.
Nice job there from Wenner. 2 outs on 2 pitches. You can't ask for a better inning, and we have yet, Jonah, to see a 3-pitch inning here. We have seen 2 pitches that result in 2 outs earlier in this season, but we'll see here if Dustin Krob takes the first pitch to try to extend this inning a little bit. But what you know, Wenner's going to throw a strike.
Wenner deals the first pitch, taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Krob, an impressive 2 for 2 on the day, and came around to score on the wild pitch in the bottom of the 1st to give the Saints their first run of the day. Wenner deals the 0-1, reached out and popped into shallow right. Weinstein going to try and call for it and make the catch for out number 3. So 4 pitches puts 3 outs on the boards, and we're through 4 full here at Jackie Robinson Field. Oaks trying to turn the tide. They're down 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break.
It was in. Yeah,
No,
I would.
No. I mean, was it an F?
It's a P4. Whenever an infielder catches it, it's a pop out. Unless they're like running all the way out for some reason. his placement. Oh, what? Oh, frame. Yeah, he frames the pitch.
Yeah, I didn't know it was called.
Keith, don't dwell on it. You're good. You have the entire Santana family backing you up. That's all you need.
At first, I didn't understand because you were kind of smiling, and then he. And then
I know. I
like,
thought he was
quickly-
saying something like, "I think it's compliments." Yeah, that's what I did too. He comes up to you like, "What?" That was so negative. God damn. Gotta be common courtesy much. All right, Milo. Let's get it, brother. Why do we keep leaving runners on base?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Coming to bat for the Oaks. Number 30 from Purdue, the left fielder, Milo Beam.
Welcome back to Jackie Robinson Field. I'm Jonah Malkin, alongside me, Jonathan Rifkin. Top of the fifth we go, and bottom of the order to start off, Milo Beam stepping in. He's 0 for 1 on the day, looking to change that here. Ingerbritsen deals the first pitch, low and inside for ball 1. Beam was also 0 for 2 yesterday when he pinch hit for Juan Gonzalez. He was caught stealing once for the Purdue Boilermaker. Ingerbritsen
Milo.
sets and deals the 1-0 that catches the outside corner for 1-1. Ingerbritsen has 3 strikeouts on the day, but no runs and just 3 hits. Beam looking to add a 4th. 1-1 is dealt, low and outside for ball 2.
Good eye there from Beam, and he's done a good job seeing the ball as of late. Looking for his pitch and trying to capitalize here.
Last time these two teams played, Beam went 2 for 4 with a successful bunt, which was now has 4 successful bunts on the season. 2-1 fouled out of play to bring the count even at 2-2. And that's unbelievable for a player with his speed and at this collegiate level to have 4 successfully laid bunts being able to advance over to first. Takes tremendous amount of skill and placement, as well as the addition of speed. He possesses all those. 2-2 runs outside to bring the count full at 3-2.
And he makes pitchers work. Even when he gets out, he makes pitchers work. And that is a very important aspect to his game that has been developing throughout this summer league. And it's really showing
Milo.
some light here.
Ingerbritsen deals the payoff pitch. Grounded into foul territory just past the first baseline, and we'll do it again.
Beam doing a lot to stay alive here. The Oaks overall have been working the count, but they've been leaving runners on base. They've left 5 thus far in the game and 4 in scoring position. Check that, 3 in scoring position. Still not a great number, especially when you're down 3-0.
Let's go, Milo.
Left the
Base
bases
hit ball
loaded in the top of the 4th. Looking to get off to a better start here in the top of the 5th. Umpire calls for time. Beautiful but hot day in Pasadena, California, just by the Rose Bowl. UCLA Bruins play.
It's scorching
football.
today, Jonah. It's 103 right now.
Definitely the hottest day we've seen. 3-2 pitch, just misses the inside corner for ball 4. Second walk on the day from Ingerbritsen, and the Oaks have a runner over at first to get things started in the top of the 5th.
And that's a big walk drawn by Beam. The leadoff batter on first base. We've seen that for the Oaks. Not today. This is their first leadoff batter on, but yesterday, and they still couldn't capitalize. We'll see here, though, with Beam with a little speed on first base, and Jason Oliver, a lot of speed out of the right-handed batter's box. We'll see how they approach this situation.
Oliver's 0 for 2 with a couple flyouts. He was 1 for 4 the last time these two teams played, along with a pitch that clipped him. 0-0 pitch, runs outside for ball 1. Cal State Roadrunner sporting his blue Roadrunner helmet. And a really speedy lineup for the Oaks right now with Beam over at first. Oliver coming up to the plate. The two of them, along with DJ Miller, you could argue, are the 3 fastest players
Let's go, Jason.
on the Oaks. So one base hit could bring a run.
Good eye.
Pitch runs low and outside once again for ball 2.
And I'll tell you what, Oliver, as of late, has done a phenomenal job not striking out. Yeah, he'll get a strikeout here and there, but up until maybe the mid part of June, he was averaging almost 3 strikeouts a game, and now that's gone down because he's waiting for his pitches. He's seeing the ball a lot better. He's also hitting a lot better. As of late, a batting average well above 300. And we'll see here if he can capitalize on the streak that he's been on lately.
You said at the beginning of the season was averaging around 2 to 3 strikeouts per game. One of those contact hitters, so when he did make contact with it, normally led to success. 2-0 pitch is hit deep into right. Trailing and walking back is Burden to make the catch by the warning track for out number 1.
Oh, that was close. That was probably 342 out there. Probably 350 is where that home run is out in right center field. And a good job by the right fielder, Burton, not losing that ball up in the sky and making the catch at the warning track.
The dimension's a little more reflective of those we see at Cal Lutheran. 375 out in left, about 380 in center, 364 right center, 345 in right, 365 in left center. Weinstein flexes that one into short, and Alex Briggs gets underneath it to make the catch for out number 2. So a fly out and a pop-up to short puts 2 away for the Oaks in the top of the 5th. Beam still over at first on the walk. Just the second walk on the day for Ingerbritsen, and the second walk on the day for the Oaks. The other player to do that was Jordan McFarland, who's 0 for 1. But Brandon Lewis will step in as the pickoff attempt over to first comes late. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. And he was 1 for 3 the last time these two teams played. But a big batter for the Oaks. Pickoff attempt over to first comes late once again.
They really want to hold Beam. Though with 2 outs, I don't see him getting the steal sign, but with one swing of the bat, things could change if he were in scoring position. We'll see here if they try to test it.
Ingerbritsen comes set, fires the first pitch, tapped back against the fence for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Ingerbritsen led off when Brandon Lewis came in with 2 pickoff attempts over to first. Clearly, head coach Anthony Chevrier did his homework, understanding Beam is always a stealing threat. Here comes the 0-1, and it's ripped into foul territory for 0-2.
Yeah, Beam did go. And just so you know, there is a really wide space out there in left in foul territory, but it's cut off. There's a second white line paved, kind of where the bullpen is for the Saints, and that's where the ball is dead, so a fielder cannot go out into that territory, and that's why you saw Krob out there and left not try to make a play on that ball.
Ingerbritsen comes set, takes the sign from Kerner, deals that pitch, and that's hit right into the glove of Brandon Shear over at third for the 3rd out of the inning, or the top of the 5th. So the Oaks on no runs, no hits, no errors, leave 1 on base. They're down 3-0 as we're through 4.5 here at Jackie Robinson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. Top of the order for the Saints. Gabe Chavez to lead off in the second spot. Tyler Durna on deck. And Blake Burden in the hole. Saints lead at 3-0. They're in the bottom of the fifth. Nate Wenner still on the mound. Entering his fifth inning. Deals the first pitch. And Chavez misses the bunt for strike one. Tried to run up on it and place it down in the infield, but it got past him. Wenner's been a lot more successful in the last couple innings, has only given up one hit. 0-1 is ripped into opposite field into shallow left for a leadoff base hit.
Well, Jonah, I think that Chavez heard you right as that pitch was coming and said, nope, we'll give him another hit in the last couple innings, leading off with another single here and having a great day. His third time on base, now 2 for 3, reached on air as well.
And Coach Solis will walk up onto the mound, have a meeting with Wenner and Gonzalez. Not sure if this is going to be it for Wenner on the mound. It's one away in the southpaw, and it will be. Wenner's day will be done. And Travis Craven will come onto the mound, but we'll give you more information on him in just a moment. We'll take a short break. Oaks looking to turn the tide here in the bottom of the fifth. Travis Craven on the mound. Nate Wenner's day is done. Give you his stats in just a moment. Tyler Durna, the left-hander, will step in for the Saints. With a runner over at first, Craven deals the first pitch, low in the ground for ball one. Wenner's day is done in 4 1/3 inning. Gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of which were earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, but no runs since the 4th inning. Craven deals the 1-0, popped high in the sky. Cockrell calling for it near the Oaks dugout, and will make the catch for out number 1.
Nice pitch there from Craven. And his curveball has been looking phenomenal as of late, placing it at the knees, starting up. Kind of twirls like a 12-6 up at the top of the zone, ends in the bottom of the zone. And that is the most dangerous pitch. When it's on, it is almost impossible to hit effectively.
Once again, a scorching day here in Pasadena, California. Most fans are covered, but there are a couple few brave souls daring to test the sun as Craven's first pitch runs low in the ground for ball 1. But most read the weather report and decided to bring some type of head covering.
We sure did.
Certainly would have been blistering hot without one. That pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Chavez over at first. Craven deals, runner's going to go, pops that high into right field. Oliver's going to run it down and make the catch for out number 2.
Nice couple of pitches there from Craven and another pop-up. He is very good. He doesn't pitch for strikeouts, but he pitches for contact. And though he has given up a number of earned runs, as of late, he's looked a lot better. The control's there. He's getting batters to pop out. He also always has a positive attitude whenever you talk to him. He's always just so positive, a joy to talk to and work with, and it's nice to see that reflected on the mound.
Corey Harrell steps in the 5th spot in today's game. The pickoff attempt slow over to Cockrell at first just to hold up Chavez. Harrell's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Just one of 2 walks issued on the day when Wenner was on the mound. He's looking for his first hit. Craven deals. Runner's going to go. Gonzalez, the throw to second is in time for out number 3. Beautiful throw from Gonzalez over to Weinstein, and that'll do it as we're through 5 full here at Jackie Robinson Field. Oaks looking to plate 1 run at least on the boards when we head into the top of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. We'll take a short Mayu in the cleanup spot to lead off for the Oaks. They're in the top of the 6th. They trail the Seco Saints 3-0. Ingerbritsen still on the mound for the Saints. Deals the first pitch. That's ripped into opposite field. Into shallow left for a leadoff base hit. So Mayu's 2 for 3 on the day and looking to extend this deficit or try and trim the deficit here in the top of the 6th.
Nice hit there from Mayu, pulling that into left field, right where he wants to get that ball. And now Oaks have another leadoff runner for the 2nd time in 2 innings, but they have to start capitalizing.
Let's go, DJ.
Mayu over at first. DJ Miller will step in, lay off the pitch that runs outside for ball 1. Miller's 0 for 2. The fly out and advance to second on the air from Smith when he dropped the ball out in center. Nobody away. Ole Miss Rebel looking for his first hit on the day. Pitch runs way inside for ball 2.
Yeah, Miller with a good eye here. 2 balls, no strikes, a runner on, nobody away. And the Oaks, if they're going to try to get back into this game, this is the part of the order that needs to be successful in this inning.
Looking to trim the deficit here in the top of the 6th. 2-0 pitch, ripped into shallow left for a 2nd consecutive base hit.
Nice hit there from Miller, almost mimicking what Mayu did. Mayu pulled it a little bit more into left, but Miller able to get on as well. And now the tying run coming up to the plate once again. Remember, this is a very similar situation as last time when Cockrell came up, but he walked with 2 way to leave the bases loaded, or to get the bases loaded, I should say, where they left the Oaks. So now an opportunity here to make amends.
In the 4th inning, the Oaks left 3 on base and couldn't convert. And now with runners on first and second looking to try and score something as Cockrell lays off the inside pitch for ball one. Cockrell's 1 for 2 with a single and a line out over to first. But he stepped up his game, although he struggled yesterday 0 for 2, but he's been seeing the field much better. 1-0, runs low and outside for ball two.
Yeah, that eagle eye of Cockrell really giving Ingebrigtsen fits. He needs to start working the count a little bit. Now up in the count 2-0. A very good hitters count, and now you see Kerner and Ingebrigtsen having a conversation. They're going to try to not throw Cockrell something because he has the power to rake one out of here. And with the short field, only 364 in right center and 374 to straightaway left, this is a place where Cockrell could really get one out. He had one out in batting practice that was just launched. We'll see here if he can mimic it.
So Mayu at second, Miller over at first, and Chase Cockrell with nobody away with the tie run. 2-0 pitch is going to be caught by Alex Briggs in short to put one away.
Yeah, Cockrell with a half-hearted swing there. Briggs said, I'll take that, thank you very much. Runners can't advance on that one, and now it's up to the new batter, Jordan McFarland, to get something going here for the Oaks.
McFarland showed incredible patience the last time he stepped in, drew a walk. But he also struck out in the second inning, looking for his 7th RBI in the season. First pitch from Ingebrigtsen's cut on and missed for strike one. Ingebrigtsen was playing at Coastal Carolina, but he redshirted this past season, but he's transferring and undecided right now, looking to impress some scouts in the summer league potentially. Some schools. Mayu's going to go. The throw over to third is not going to get there in time. Mayu's going to continue to come around on the ball that gets past Shearer. And Mayu's going to come around, score. Oaks now down 3-1, and Miller also advancing over to third.
Yeah, stolen base for both the teams, and then the error that advanced Mayu home. That is a big run for the Oaks and a mistake by the Saints that could eventually cost them even more if they can get Miller in. Both runners went. That ball was called a strike, by the way. And now for the Oaks, a little bit of confidence as they only have one out and a runner 90 feet away.
1-1 the count. Miller advanced over to third on the stolen base and the error. That's the second error of the day for the Saints. 3-1 the score. McFarland slaps the 1-1 out of play for strike two.
Yeah, that run is unearned because he advanced on the error. But still an 0-2 count to McFarland.
McFarland looking to work his way back in the count. Down 0-2. Miller over at third.
Let's go now, Jordan.
With one away here in the top of the sixth. 0-2 from Ingebrigtsen, just misses the inside corner for ball one.
Oh, that was a beautiful pitch. McFarland showed a lot of patience. I don't know how you lay off of that one, but he did. Curveball that looks like it's going to be a strike, breaks a little bit inside the corner of the plate, and McFarland able to hold back and draw the first ball.
1-2 is dealt. McFarland swings and misses for strike three, and now put two away on the boards for the Oaks in the top of the sixth. Fourth strikeout in the day for Ingebrigtsen.
Ingebrigtsen looking very, very good here. Trying to get out of this jam with minimal damage done. Still up 3-1, but Juan Gonzalez looking to change that. But with two outs, the Oaks are still struggling getting runners in from scoring position. Miller was at third with only one away. And they have to start capitalizing if they want to have any chance of coming back in the CCL Central.
Gonzalez digs in, lays off the high pitch for ball one. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Went 0 for 2 yesterday. So he's 0 for 4 in the last two games. But looking for an RBI to send Miller home from third and trim the deficit to 1. Ingebrigtsen deals the 1-0 slow curveball cut on and missed for strike one.
Oh, Bugs Bunny pitch right there over the heart of the plate and just lobbed and had Gonzalez way out ahead. The Oaks struggle when they face pitchers who pitch slowly because they're so off balance. Ingebrigtsen utilizing that pitch right there.
Ingebrigtsen comes set. Deals the 1-1. Gonzalez pops that into shallow right, drifting out of foul territory. And he'll stay foul for strike two. Fortunately for the Oaks, that didn't stay in because Burton was running hard to try and make that catch. So 1-2 the count in the top of the 6th. Grant Mayu led off with a base hit. Miller followed that up with a base hit of his own. A stolen base from Mayu and an error advanced Miller to second and Mayu to third, and Mayu ultimately came home. And after the strikeout from McFarland and a lineout from Cockrell, Gonzalez pops the 1-2 back against the fence. Kerner trying to track it down, but wisely lays off as it runs back against the stands, and we'll do it again.
He didn't really wisely lay it off. It just kind of drifted out of play, but it's always good to come up and make a play, or at least make a play, even if you're sure it's going to go out, because you never know, a gust of wind maybe or a jet stream out of the stands could keep that ball fair. So sometimes people be like, well, if you see that ball going out, what's the point? Well, the point is you never know, and it's good for Kerner to always run it out, even if that ball is going out of play.
Let's go, Juan.
You just don't want Kerner to run into the fence. 1-2, misses the outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Oaks, 1 run, now 5 hits, 2 of which have come in this inning. Have 1 error, but have left 6 on base. And a 7th is looming here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 pitches dealt, swung on and missed for strike 3. So now there'll be 7 left on base. The Oaks do manage to plate 1 run, but they're still down to the Secco Saints. 3-1 on 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're through 5.5 here at Jackie Robinson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break.
Number 8.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin alongside me. Jonathan Rifkin. Corey Harrell in the 5th spot to lead off for the Saints. They lead at 3-1. Oaks tried to chip away. Brought home Mayu on the air to 3rd. But left Miller stranded over at 3rd. Craven still on the mound. Deals the first pitch. Shattered bat right into the glove of Craven. And he'll toss it over to Cockrell for out number 1.
That works. Not only do you get the first out on the first pitch, but you shatter his bat as well. And that was just hit right in that middle of the barrel that sawed that bat in half. Lucky that nobody was hurt, as that point was really sharp. But Craven doing a good job fielding that ball and underhanding it to Cockrell at first for out number 1.
With 1 away, Brandon Shear steps in. He's 0 for 0 on the day with a walk and a sacrifice fly that brought in a run scored. Shows bunt. Ball gets past Gonzalez for ball 1. Craven's been effective on the mound today. He's retired the last 3 batters since he's been inserted on the mound. Looking for a 4th. 1-0, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Alex Briggs on deck. If we get that far, Mitch Kerner in the hole for the Saints. They got 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Craven deals the 1-1, low in the ground for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Scorching hot day in Pasadena, California. Game 2 of a 3-game set, ultimately, between the Oaks and the Saints. The next time they'll play is Saturday the 22nd. Cravens 2-1, runs up and away for ball 3. Hopefully it's not quite as hot the second time we come back here to Jackie Robinson Field, although I wouldn't bet on it given it's still in the month of July. Craven comes set, deals the 3-1, ripped up the middle for another base hit. Make that the 6th base hit on the day, and the first hit given up from Craven.
From LIU Brooklyn, shortstop, number 5, Alex Briggs.
Alex Briggs will step in, the shortstop of LIU Brooklyn. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a pop-up into the glove of Max Weinstein, looking for his first hit on the day. So Shearer over at first with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Craven deals the first pitch, low and in the ground for ball 1. Gonzalez in the last inning collected, or actually threw out his 9th opposing batter stealing. He's 9 for 10 on the season. 1-0, runs upstairs, runner is going to half-heartedly go. Ball gets past the glove of Weinstein, and then he'll be tripped by Weinstein, heading over from second, and he'll make his way all the way to third. So some confusion and miscommunication from the infield as well as Miller by second base.
You know when in comics you have the big, huh? In the block letters, it's all white with a big question mark. That's my reaction to that play. That was a weird play. There's an error, by the way.
That's the second error as Craven's pitch is dealt in the strike zone for strike 1. 2 errors on the day for the Oaks. Seemed like they all just stayed still, weren't sure what to do. Alex Briggs down the count 0 for 1. Craven deals the second pitch. Popped into center. Miller running underneath it. Takes a couple steps back. Makes the catch. Tagging from third. And coming home is Shear to extend the Seco Saints lead to 3 as they lead it 4-1. So sacrifice fly out to center for Briggs. Gives him an RBI on the day. First run to come around for the Saints in the bottom of the 6th. Now the run will be unearned because of that error over at second. First pitch from Craven just below the strike zone for ball 1. Kerner laid off that pitch. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a couple flyouts. Second pitch runs upstairs for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. Shearer came home on the sacrifice fly from Briggs. But Seco Saints lead it 4-1. 2-0 pitch. Just misses the outside corner for ball 3.
Oh, that looked like it was painting right there from our point of view, skinning that outside corner at the belt, but tight strike zone today.
The right-hander digs in. Craven deals the 3-0. Runs outside for ball 4. First walk on the day from Craven. And that'll send Kerner over to first. Now Brian Smith, the center fielder from Occidental College, will step in at the bottom of the order for the Saints. In the 9th spot today, he's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop-out. Looking for his first hit of the day. And with Kerner over at second in a 2-out situation, Saints looking to extend the lead. Craven takes the sign from Gonzalez, checks the runner at first, comes set and fires the first pitch low for ball 1. Kerner takes a small lead off first. Craven comes set, Deals the 1-0, low once again for ball 2. Same exact spot. For 2-0 the count. Saints now 4 runs. 6 hits and 2 errors. In the Oaks, 1 run, 5 hits and 2 errors. But have struggled to leave guys on base. 2-0 pitch runs low once again for ball 3. Second consecutive 3-0 count. The Saints players doing a nice job staying patient in the batter's box. They're up in the count once again. 3-0 pitch is dealt over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Heads up play from Smith to not go ahead and swing on the 3-0 count. Oaks are 0 for 6 on the season, swinging in 3-0 counts. So here comes the 3-1 taken low below the strike zone for a second consecutive walk. Kerner will advance to second. Smith over at first. Second walk on the day for Craven. And back to the top of the order with Dustin Krob to lead off. Or he led off today, 2 for 3. 2 singles, a run scored, and a pop-up. And Coach Solis will come onto the mound once again.
Looks like he's going to take out Craven. He did tap his shoulder, which means, or his elbow, that forearm, which means it looks like Craven's day will be done here. See if Krob can try to get those 2 runners in after the pitching change.
Craven's day will be done in 1/3 inning. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. We'll get you information on the new mound, on the new pitcher in just a moment. It'll be Jake Sylvester, but for now we'll take a short break here from Jackie Robinson Field. Don't go anywhere. Jake Sylvester on the mound. Welcome back, everybody, to the bottom of the 6th. 3rd pitcher on the day for the Oaks in place of Travis Craven, whose day is done. And Dustin Krob will step in a 2-out situation with runners on the 1st and 2nd. Sylvester's first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Sylvester, big 6'7", lanky righty, plays at C-Sun. Deals the 0-1. Ripped into shallow center. Miller coming underneath it. It's going to drop. Runner's going to come around, and scoring is Kerner to extend the Saints lead to 4. They lead 5-1 on the RBI single from Krob.
And remember, that run is accredited to Travis Craven because that runner got on base by way of his pitching. So though Sylvester does not get the RBI, that is, or excuse me, the earned run, that is still not a hit that you want to give up. And Now a 5-1 lead, 4 runs here late in this game. Oaks have a deficit they have to make up really quickly.
Gabe Chavez steps in, lays off the pitch, catches the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Advanced once over to second because of an error, the first error on the day for the Oaks. 0-1, hit up the middle. Maya will glove it, make the tag to second, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 6th. But the Saints plate 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. They lead at 5-1 as we're through 6 full here at Jackie Robinson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. Back to Jackie Robinson Field. I'm Jonah Malkin, and for the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin.
Thanks, Jonah. The Oaks down 5-1 here against the Saints as Milo Beam steps in the number 9 spot and rips the first pitch. He sees the deep right field. Burton will run back on it. Take a look as it sails over the wall for a home run. Milo Beam rips one well over the right field fence, and that trims the deficit a little bit, 5-2, his 2nd home run on the season.
Say hello and say goodbye. Beam quickly 1 pitch, and now brings the Oaks within 3 here in the bottom, at the top of the 7th.
Beam able to trim the deficit just a little bit. 1 pitch. By the way, the new pitcher is Shimon Moss from Georgetown College, Upland, California native. He didn't pitch this past year. By the way, that's not Georgetown University. Georgetown College is an NAIA school. Jason Oliver will come up now following the home run. 0 for 3 on the day as the first pitch from Moss runs in for ball 1. Pop out, fly out, and actually pop out on 2 flyouts on the day for Oliver. As Moss deals the 1-0 pitch. Ripped towards right field as well. Burton will take a look at it. And that one will sail over the wall once again. Back-to-back home runs over the right field fence for the Oaks. And just like that, the score is now 5-3. The Oaks speedsters are able to launch him, and Oliver now has 3 home runs on the season.
Oliver said, hey, Beam, I want to join you in this party, this home run party. And now, first time all season, back-to-back home runs for the Oaks. And now we have a ball game here in the top of the 7th.
3 pitches have been dealt by Moss, and they have resulted in a total of 2 home runs. First time we've seen back-to-back home runs this season. Max Weinstein will step in now, 1 for 3 on the day as Moss deals the first pitch. Slapped up the middle. 2 hops to Briggs at short, and he'll quickly toss it over to first for out number 1. Good pitch to swing at a fastball at the belt, but Weinstein slapped straight down. He's now 1 for 3 on the day. Brandon Lewis will step in. check that. Weinstein's 1 for 4, but Lewis on the day 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a line out. Give you the lay of the land here for the Saints here in just a moment. As L.A. Pierce Junior College product will step in now. 5-3 our score. Top of the 7th inning. Oaks have played a 2-on-2 solo home runs. Basically in the same spot. Moss deals the first pitch. That's waved way out of play towards left field, but that was a bomb. 0-1 the count. Blake Burton in right. Brian Smith in center. Dustin Crobin left. Corey Harrell at first. Gabe Chavez at second. Give you the rest of the infield here in just a moment. Moss Pearson fires the 0-1 pitch. A curveball slapped into center field. Running back on it is Smith. That's going, and it is down against the wall. And rounding second and actually holding on the throw in from Smith is Lewis, and he is up with a stand-up double now. The tying run will now be at the plate for Grant Mayu. Just real quickly, Alex Briggs at short, Brandon Shearer at third, Mitch Kerner behind the dish, and Shimon Moss all on the mound has given up 3 hits. All 3 have been extra bases, 2 home runs, and a double here. For Grant Mayu, 2 for 3 on the day, with a single, a double, a run scored, and a ground out. And now an opportunity here in what's been a big inning for the Oaks. He represents the game-tying run, down 5-3 with the runner at second base.
Unbelievable. You know when you go to a doctor, an eye doctor, and they say, we want to give you some prescription glasses, it seems like all these Oaks players are wearing them right now.
First pitch runs outside for ball 1.
They're just seeing the field extremely well. It seems like their clarity has just picked up a tremendous amount here in the top of the 7th.
Our local colloquial professor, Jonah Malkin, on hand. Always with the interesting analogies. I like that one. 1-0 count. Moss deals way outside for ball 2. 3 runs on 8 hits for the Oaks. 2 errors under their belt. 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors under the Royal Seco Saints belt.
Go, Grant.
Moss, the second pitcher on the day for Coach Chevrier's squad. Checks the run at second. Lewis jumps around. The 2-0 is waved foul for strike number 1. By the way, Gordon Ingebrigtsen ends his day. Went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run that was unearned, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. A good day for the former Coastal Carolina product. Undecided where he's going to go in the fall. Moss toes the rubber. Runner at second. 1 away. And he'll deal the 2-1 pitch after checking Lewis at second. 2-1 is a bunt towards third. A late one, though, as it rolls out of play, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mayu nearly laid down a perfect bunt down the third base line. Not only could have advanced Lewis over to third, but with Mayu's speed, he might have been able to beat out the throw to first.
Mayu was a little bit late laying down that bunt, and that's exactly why it rolled foul just off the tip of the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, runner on second, 2 round in the inning, 5-3 our score. Mayu digs back in, waves that bat over his right shoulder. The 2-2 runs upstairs for ball 3, and Mayu, 2 for 3 on the day, shows the eagle eye there. 3-2 count now. Payoff pitch pending in a big spot. Wind has died down, by the way. It's really not blowing, if at all. It shifted towards home just a little bit. But not enough to really affect the hitters. Payoff pitch is dealt. A curveball that just misses for ball 4. Mayu draws a walk. First on the day for Moss, and that'll put runners at first and second. As DJ Miller will step in on the day, 1 for 3 with a single. Reached on an error back in the 4th and a fly out. He also stole second and advanced to third on an error where he was stranded back in the 6th inning. Coach Xavier is going to come out and have a conversation with Kerner, the catcher, and Moss, the pitcher. Moss struggling, has only gotten 1 out, 3 hits, 2 runs, and 1 walk, as his day will quickly be done. They're going to try to do some damage control now. New pitcher on the other side of the break, 2 on, 1 away, 5-3 our score. Back here, 108-2 on. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Quint Robinson will take over on the mountain for Shimon Moss. Pitched a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, no strikeouts. 2 runners on that would be accredited to him if they come around to score. Quint Robinson from the University of Tennessee, a Nashville, Tennessee native. Headed to his sophomore year. In 3 appearances and 2 innings pitched, he had 1 walk, no strikeouts, and a 0 ERA for the Volunteers. DJ Miller digs in, 1 for 3 on the day. Stolen base and left on third and second. Swings that bat over his right shoulder. The first pitch from Robinson is fouled back for strike number 1. Brandon Lewis at second. Grant Mayu at first. Milo Beam led off the inning with a home run. Jason Oliver followed him up with a home run. Weinstein grounded out. Lewis singled and Mayu walked. That's how we've gotten to where we are thus far in the top of the 7th inning. Oaks down 5-3, looking to chip away here, tying run on first base. The 0-1 pitch popped up towards right. This one Burton is able to get under, though, as he will make the catch. Lewis fakes the tag from second as he gets back quickly, and there's 2 outs now.
On that pitch, Miller swung on it a little late. That's why he popped it into opposite field, and Burton didn't have to take any steps to make that catch.
Chase Cockrell will step in now. 1 for 3 on the day with a single, a line on and a pop out. In a big spot here, runners on first and second. Ole Miss Rebel steps in. Shout out to his mom, Sandra. First pitch he sees paints the outside corner for strike number 1. His mom, Sandra, joined the Oaks in Santa Barbara for the 4th of July. It's nice to see a friendly face in the stands, especially if you're Chase Cockrell. The 0-1 in, runs in the dirt. Good block, though, by Kerner behind the plate, and that'll keep the runners at bay at first and second. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, good job from Kerner to get ahead of it, and that's enables the Saco Saints to prevent Lewis advancing over to third.
1 ball, 1 strike. Robinson checks that runner at second and deals. Nope, he's going to step off, fake Lewis back to second, and we'll do it again at 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be a 1 road game for the Oaks. They'll be back at home tomorrow to finish off the week against the Ventura Halos. 12 o'clock start for that one. Pre-game at 11:50. The 1-1 slapped towards third, but foul. Now Cockrell is down on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. By the way, folks, the Oaks are selling raffle tickets. You have the opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autograph bat, a Mike Trout autograph baseball, a Cole Calhoun autograph baseball, a Mike Scioscia autograph bat, Caneo Oaks merchandise, or 2 $25 Visa gift cards. $5 per ticket, 20 for 5. You do not have to be present if your name is called. Raffle ends July 15th. Feel free to tweet at us to reserve a ticket, or Venmo Jonah or myself. 1-2 to Cockrell. A curveball swung and a missed for strike 3, and that'll leave us done at the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch as the Oaks get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 left on base. Enjoy a hot dog or a hamburger and a nice cold beverage. 5-3 our scores. We hit the break. It's a good one here in Pasadena. Saints lead at 5-3. 3, 4, 5 batters due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We hope you enjoyed your 7th inning stretch. Saints still up over the Oaks 5-3 as Tyler Durna steps in. Sylvester back on the mound as he fires the first pitch at the knees for strike one. New catcher in the game, by the way, for the Oaks is Jacob Castro coming in for Juan Gonzalez. Give you the lay of the land here for the Oaks in just a minute as the CSUN product by way of Iowa Western Community College toes the rubber and deals the 0-1 pitch. Durna swings and misses for strike number one. Out and right is Jason Oliver, DJ Miller in center, Milo Beeman left. Chase Cockrell at first, Max Weinstein at second, Grant Mayu at short, Brandon Lewis at third. Jacob Castro, the new catcher behind the dish from Rio Mesa, headed to UC Irvine in the fall. And on the mound, Sylvester. See, comes set. Durna digs in and takes the 0-2 pitch up and away for ball number one. Jake Sylvester, when a junior college championship with Iowa Western, was a phenomenal young talent for them. Decided to transfer to CSUN, Kansas City native, and I asked him why, and he said, I just had to get out of the Midwest. The 1-2 pitch runs low and inside for ball two. He likes the Midwest, but he doesn't want to go to college there. He is transferring from CSUN, however. He does not know where yet. But he does miss one thing, and that's barbecue, as his mom ship him Kansas City barbecue sauce every now and again. As he deals the 2-2 pitch, Durna slaps it to short. Mayu gets it on the second hop and will whip it across the diamond to Cockrell for out number one. By the way, Durna was 1 for 3 before that. One away here. Blake Burton from the University of Washington will step in the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 with a pop out, a fly out, and a ground out. For the Oaks on the day, they have a total of 3 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The Saints with 5 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. The first pitch cut on and missed for strike number one. Burton had 2 at-bats this past season for the Huskies before coming down here to play with the Saints, I'd say. The 0-1 pitch ripped into the gap between first and second into right field for a 1-out single. Saints left 2 runners on base last inning, but they did plate 2 total runs. So a runner on. Corey Harrell will step in now on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Sylvester had a rough start, or rough outing, I should say, last week against the Puff Caps. Actually, a week ago from today, as the first pitch is sliced towards right, but that'll go foul for strike number one. In 1 inning pitch, he only gave up 1 hit, but he walked 5 batters, 1 strikeout, and he gave a grand slam that totaled 4 earned runs in that game. That was probably his worst game as an Oak now in his 2nd year with the team. But when he's on, he's on. He has lost a lot of weight, but he has built on a lot of muscle, and that has benefited him here. 0-1 the count, runner on first, 1 away here. 5-3 our score in the bottom of the 7th. Harold digs back in, the 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and that was a nice pitch there from Sylvester.
Yeah, beautiful pitch over the heart of the plate for Sylvester, and one of the things he does great, he has great tail on the end of his fastballs. The pickoff attempt to first is late because he's normally in balance on the mound, has a fluid throwing motion, keeps his shoulders squared, delivers beautiful strikes.
Sylvester comes set and deals the 0-2 to Harrell. That's slapped in the left center field. Running over to it is Beam along with Miller. Miller makes the dive, and he can't make the catch as that ball will drop. The speedster out in center, unfortunately, could not make the grab, and that'll be a hit. Runners on first and second now with 1 away. Advancing 2 second on the play, by the way, is Burton from first.
It was a good effort from Miller. Tried to lay out and make that grab. Just unfortunately at the last second, the ball just started to dribble out of his glove.
Brandon Shearer will step in on the day for the LMU Lion. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice, a walk, and he reached on air. And actually, it looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter. No, just kidding. It looks like Sylvester will be taken out. There may be a pinch hitter as well, but we'll give you all those details here in just a moment. Sylvester will stride off the mound. 2 on, 1 away, 5-3 our score. And Jackson Simonsgard will come in to do some damage control here in the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Jackson Simonsgard from Oxnard Community College by way of Ventura College will dig in for the Oaks here on the mound.
What's a 2?
First pitch to Sharir, skins the outside corner for strike one. Sylvester pitched a full inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, but runners on first and second. So if any of those crossed the plate, those would be a credit to Sylvester. Sharir on the day, 0 for 1. He reached on error back in the 6th inning, scored, walked, and sacrificed. He has an RBI as well. The second pitch is at the letters for strike number 2. Simonsgard in his 3rd year with the Oaks has done an unbelievable job this season in a relief role. Yesterday he pitched 2 full innings, the 10th and the 11th, and eventually got the win when the Oaks won in the bottom of the 11th. He's 1-0 on the season with a sub-2 ERA. The 0-2 runs low for ball number 1. Second straight game he's pitching for the Oaks and one of the more reliable relief pitchers for Coach Elise's squad. Last year was a starter at times, but has looked better coming out of the bullpen, a place that he is more content. And he's had a rough baseball life. He actually cut his hand 3 years ago and had to take a year off when he was doing the dishes. A plate broke, sliced his hand in half. The 1-2 is a chopper over to short. Mayu hit Lewis at third for out number 2.
That's a play from Mayu, not to make the unnecessary play over to first and instead get the force out over at third for a nice out.
Mayu with a good heads-up play there, puts 2 outs up on the board, 5-3 our score, runners on first and second. Alex Briggs, 0 for 2 with the sacrifice fly. That resulted in a run back in the 6th. Will step in. Headed to LIU Brooklyn in the fall by way of Pasadena Junior College. The lefty checks the runner on second. Toes rubber, kicks and fires the 0-0 pitch at the knees for strike number 1. And I think that's the biggest improvement for Simonsgard this season is his pitch placement. That fastball, though he only pitches it 86 to 88 miles an hour, has been unbelievable. He has been hitting the spots on the outside corner and at the knees against the righties and going straight at lefties, and it's been really paying off for him. Checks the run at second and deals the 0-1 pitch inside for ball 1.
Not to mention, he's another one of these Oaks pitchers that has just improved tremendously, especially with his motion, fluid motion now, especially for the southpaw. He does a nice job of keeping his pitches in different spots in the strike zone.
Kicks and fires the 1-1, low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Over on first base, on second base is Corey Harrell. On second base is Sharir. Tyler Durna led off the inning with a ground out to short. Blake Burton singled, Corey Harrell singled, and Brandon Sharir got on a 6-5 fielder's choice. Simonsgard toes the rubber, peers and fires the 2-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 3. A little bit of overextension there on the release, and now he's behind in the count.
So Jackson.
Oaks looking to fight their way back into this one, but the Saints aren't making it easy. 5-3 the score. Simonsgard comes set on the rubber. Deals the 3-1 pitch, popped up into shallow left field where the shortstop Mayu will run back on it and make the catch for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through 7 full here from Jackie Robinson Memorial Field in Pasadena, California. 5-3 our score. The Arroyo Seco Saints lead it. Oaks looking to change that in the top of the 8th. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up after this. Jordan McFarland will lead things off here in the top of the 8. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. 5-3 our score. McFarland on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk and a pair of strikeouts as Robinson back on the mound deals the first pitch ripped foul towards left for strike number 1. We want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, or the Oaks sponsors. Roadrunner Shuttle for getting the Oaks to and from their away games safely. Jimmy Don Sandwiches, Cronies Bar and Grill, and Stephen Joseph Sweet, orthopedic surgeon in Oxnard, California. The 0-1 pitch runs outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to McFarland. Robinson back on the mound for his second inning of work. Came in with 1 away back in the 7th inning. Trying to keep the Oaks offense at bay, up 5-3 now. The 1-1 dealt from Robinson as a curveball popped back and out of play for strike number 2. If you're going to hit any pitch, that's the pitch to hit because that's a looping curveball and not pitched very fast. McFarland, though, was out ahead of it and popped it back. At 271 at the University of Arkansas. The 1-2 pitch, another curveball, wave to right center field. Running in on is Burton as well as Smith. And that's going to drop in between both the right and the center fielders for a leadoff single for the Oaks. McFarland is finally on today with a single. 1 on, nobody away here, and the tying run at the plate now. For his first at-bat, Jacob Castro, who came in to pinch hit, or excuse me, who came in to catch in the last inning for Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez's day is done 0 for 3, with 2 strikeouts and a pop-out.
Castro, right man, right spot, kid.
Castro, a mature catcher, waits on the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Just graduated Rio Mesa with a 4.0 GPA. Headed to UC Irvine in the fall. Plays ahead of his time, though, as he has shown a lot of maturity in the batter's box. The 0-1 pitch, low. Appeal to second as he did check swing. They're saying he didn't go, and that'll leave him the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Heads up play from Castro to hold back his swing, tempting to swing on that inside pitch, but stayed disciplined in the batter's box.
The 1-1 runs in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Castro. Playing after 4 years under head coach David Solis at Rio Mesa this summer, as the Oaks skipper is also the head coach at Rio Mesa High School in Oxnard. The team had a 24-6 record this past season, which was good for top 20 in the CIF. The lefty digs back in. The righty on the mound delivers the 2-1 low and inside for ball 3, and Castro showing the patience here. He's trying to become the tying run on base. McFarland at first, nobody away. 5-3 our score here in the top of the 8th inning. Castro with a home run on the season as well. Has been hitting the ball very well as of late. Pickoff attempt, McFarland gets back easily. Count remains at 3 balls and 1 strike. Milo Beam waiting on deck. Led off the last inning with a home run. Jason Oliver in the hole also had a run that followed him. The 3-1 is cut high to right field, but that's going to go foul, and that'll leave in the count, actually bring the count full, to 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Saints in their inaugural season in the CCL. 13-10 overall, 11-9 in the CCL. Moved from the Sunset League last season. The Oaks played their secondary team, the Sentinels, last year. Twice, one here and one in Sparky Anderson. The pickoff attempt is not in time. McFarland gets back easily. The Tennessee Volunteer checks the runner at first. Comes set. And deals the payoff pitch. Skied towards first base in foul territory, where Harrell will make the grab for out number 1. Milo Beam now digs in. Shout out to Nellie Beam, his mom, for her unwavering support. And probably Jonah and my biggest fan from Purdue University was the Oaks Player of the Week last week, having a phenomenal week this week as well. He has a home run under his belt in today's game, along with a walk and a ground out in 3 trips. And he could pop one over that right field fence. That would tie the game. 5-3, 1 away, 1 on. Robinson deals the first pitch, ripped, backhanded by Harrell at first, tossed to Briggs at second, and that'll be the only play that can be made as the speedy Beam is able to beat out the secondary throws. So a 3-6 fielder's choice eliminates the lead runner. Runner on now at first base with 2 away for Jason Oliver in the top of the order.
Yeah, unfortunately for Beam, when he hit that Harrell did a nice job with his anticipation skills getting ahead of it, and then being able to make the play over to second to eliminate McFarland.
Stay hot, kids, stay hot.
Pickoff attempt. Beam gets back easily. Beam does possess speed. He was caught stealing yesterday when he came into pinch hit. And here he actually came in the pinch run, my mistake, in the 6th inning. Regardless, he was caught stealing. And with that speed, as he goes, a chopper over to third. That's going to get into the glove of the diving Briggs at short, but he can't make a play. A beautiful dive as Briggs was able to save that ball from going to left field, but it doesn't matter. That'll be an infield single here for Oliver. Beam advances to second on the hit and run, and now there are 2 away with 2 on for the clutch bat of Max Weinstein. 1 for 4 on the day with a double, 2 groundouts, and a pop out. But if you want anybody up in this situation, Weinstein is the guy to do it. Though yesterday, he had 2 at-bats in the 8th and the 11th inning. Struck out looking and swinging in both of those at-bats. 5-3 our score. Robinson toes the rubber and fires the first pitch. Slap towards third, but just a little bit foul for strike number 1.
Oh, man, if that ball would have dropped into fair territory past the first base tag, oh, that could have brought home both runners, given the speed of Oliver as well as Beam.
No balls, 1 strike to the Cal Lutheran superstar. Started his baseball career at UC Irvine as the 0-1 pitches a curveball, wave toward short, off the glove of Briggs, into left field, rounding third and coming home is Beam. Oliver will be held up at third as Weinstein will advance to second. That will likely be an error. Actually, that will be scored as a base hit. So Max Weinstein gets an RBI single, advances to second. Beam comes around to the score. It's a 1-run game with a tying run 90 feet away. And Brandon Lewis stepping in here for the Oaks.
Great hit from Weinstein. First hit was into foul territory. Second one just past the glove of Briggs, who tried to make a play on it. Nearly came up with the ball, but it just got past his glove. And now, with the lead trimmed to just 1 and a speedy Oliver at third, Brandon Lewis, another opportunity to score.
1 for 4 on the day, a double, a line out, a strikeout, and a ground out in 4 trips as time is called. There'll be a meeting between Mitch Kerner, the catcher, Quint Robinson on the mound, and Anthony Chevrier, the head coach, as he looks towards the bullpen. It looks like Robinson's day will be done. We'll see if they officially pull him here. This may be an opportunity just to give the reliever in the bullpen some time to warm up. By the way, the reliever looks to be number 24, Brett Weisberg from Agoura Hills, plays at LA Pierce Junior College. But no, Chevrier is not going to pull Robinson just yet, as he will stride back. 2 away, runners on second and third. Oaks down 5-4 in an exciting ball game here from Jackie Robinson Memorial Field in Pasadena. The LA Pierce Junior College superstar will step in. He was committed to CSUN, but decommitted about 2 weeks ago, looking for a new home in the fall. Alemany High School product as well. Batted .419 for Bill Pickett's squad this past season. Digs in now. Big spot here for the Oaks. A single could give the Oaks the lead. The first pitch waved foul for strike number 1. Robinson has given up 3 hits and a run in this inning.
Let's go, team. A little patience. Let's go now. Come on now.
Oaks looking to come back. They were down 5-1, now down 5-4 here in the top of the 8th. With runners in scoring position, a big spot. The 0-1 pitch from Robinson is swung and a miss for strike number 2. That was a slow pitch on the outside corner. And now Lewis is facing an 0-2 count with 2 away. 5-4 our score here in the top of the 8th inning.
Robinson did a nice job keeping that slow changeup on the outside, forcing Lewis to have to make an outstretched swing to make contact with it.
0-2 from Robinson. Popped into center field. Smith runs down. That's going to drop. Rounding third and coming home is Oliver. Following him is Weinstein. And on a 2 RBI single, the Oaks take a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Brandon Lewis, the hero thus far in the game now. And the game is not over, but the Oaks with a little bit of insurance now as they take the lead. They've scored 5 consecutive runs in the last 3 innings and are giving the Saints fits here late.
Brandon Lewis, the big batter that he is, once again, 2 RBI single. And we thought Weinstein was one of the only clutch guys on the team. We'll throw Lewis into that category as well. He's played phenomenally, especially down the stretch of this one, and the Oaks now take the lead.
Every batter has a lot of potential to be clutch, but Lewis showing that here. Graham Mayu steps in and pops up the first pitch he sees to second base. Chavez will take a couple of strides to his left and make the catch. For out number 3, but not before the Oaks take the lead on 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We're through 7.5 here from Jackie Robinson Field. 6-5, your Oaks lead it as we hit the break.
Catcher.
Bottom of the 8th inning, excuse me. This game is really flying by. 1:01 was our start time. Now 2 hours and 30 minutes in. Jackson Simonsgard still on the mound. Oaks up 6-5 after they scored 3 runs to take the lead in the top half of the 8th. 9 hitters due up for the Saints as the first pitch to Alex Briggs is taken for strike number 1. It actually looks like it's Mitch Kerner, my mistake, the number 8 batter. Briggs was the last out of the last inning. 0 for 2 on the day for Kerner from Emory. Played his high school ball at Calabasas High School. Fly out to left and center, as well as a walk and a run scored under his belt as Simonsgard deals the 0-1 pitch. A curveball way upstairs for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oaks up 6-5 here. They have 6 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. The Saints have 5 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The 1-1 ripped foul towards right field for strike number 2. This is one of those instances that the Oaks have come back from a large deficit. They were down 5-1 and have just poured on the runs in the last couple of innings to come back and take the lead. It's been a rare occurrence when the Oaks have done that. They're finally capitalizing with runners in scoring position. They had runners on second and third with 2 away and were able to drive both of them on a Brandon Lewis 2 RBI single to give the Oaks the lead. Kerner digs back in after time was called behind the plate. Simonsgard is ready on the mound from the stretch. Pearson fires the 1-2 pitch, up and in for ball number 2. Wind picking up now, blowing towards left. It has been shifting. It started out in center field, shifted towards home. Now towards the left, about 5 miles an hour with 7 to 8 mile an hour gusts. 105 degrees our temperature. The 2-2, cut and a miss for strike 3. Down goes Kerner to kick things off on the Saints side of the 8th. The first strikeout on the day for Simonsgard. And he's retired the 3 batters he's seen thus far in the game as Brian Smith from Occidental College will step in. 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout, a pop-out, and a walk. Just down the road, Occidental, a phenomenal academic school. Actually a very good Division III baseball school as well, part of the Pomona schools. There's a meeting on the mound. Robbie Medell is warming up for the Oaks, the superstar closer who's 0 for 1 on the season, but he does have 8 saves on 8 tries. We'll see here if they bring him in early. Solis is going to take the ball from Simonsgard. And we are going to take a break. The new pitcher strides out to the mound. It's going to be Evan McMillan, the all-star setup man for the Oaks. With one away here in the bottom of the 8th, Oaks up 6-5. More on McMillan after the break. Evan McMillan takes the mound here to set up. Hopefully Robbie Medell, the Oaks close in the bottom of the 8th. Brian Smith steps in with one away here. The first pitch, a strike at the knees on the day for Smith, 0 for 2. Evan McMillan from Oxnard Community College headed to UC Irvine in the fall. Played only 1 year of baseball in high school. His senior year at Camarillo, the 0-1 pitch, a curveball in the outside corner for strike 2. His senior year, he played well enough his 1 year of baseball to be able to play at Oxnard College, where he was very impressive, and UC Irvine really wanted him, so he'll be headed here in the fall. The 0-2 ripped towards third as Lewis will bobble it, and that'll allow Smith to get over to first. That'll be an error on Lewis at third. An E5 puts a runner at first with one away here, and Dustin Kroeb at the top of the order stepping in. 3 for 4 on the day with 3 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. He also has a pop out. And a big spot here, a tying run at first base. Evan McMillan, one of 2 Oaks pitchers to make the All-Star team. That'll be played on Wednesday at 7 o'clock at MLB Urban Youth Academy. DJ Miller, Max Weinstein, and Juan Gonzalez, the other 3. And the head coach of the Oaks, Dave Solis, has been given the opportunity to coach the South All-Stars. Kroeb steps in. The Dayton Flyers, the first pitch at the knees, but called ball. 6-5 our score. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Oaks took the lead in the top half. Runner on first. McMillan checks him, and the pickoff attempt is not in time. The Saints struck first in this one. 3 runs in the bottom of the first. The Oaks responded with 1 after both teams are blanketed through the next 4 innings, The Oaks got 1 in the 6th, but the Saints got 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So it was 5-1, but the Oaks got 3 in the last inning to take the lead. That pitch runs outside. The pickoff attempt is not in time. 1-0 count to the Dayton Flyer. McMillan comes set and fires the 1-0 pitch low for ball number 2.
McMillan was just trying to make sure that Smith didn't even think about heading over to second. Didn't want to give him any glimpse of daylight to make a steal.
McMillan comes set on the rubber and fires the 2-0 pitch up and in for ball 3. So now he's quickly behind in the count, and McMillan has been very good thus far, but earlier in the season he struggled. He does have a blown save. The Oaks were up 4-3 back in the early part of the season in the third game of a series against the Blues in the bottom of the ninth, or actually the top of the ninth, I should say, and he couldn't close it out. The Oaks ended up losing. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, 3-1 the count.
Beautiful pitch over the heart of the plate. And he's eliminated those erratic throws that he used to use in the beginning of the season. Great location and great control over his speed and his pitches.
Nods at Castro. Pickoff attempt. Sliding back, though, is Smith. Castro headed to UC Irvine in the fall, the catcher as well as McMillan. So both these players will have an opportunity to play with each other. McMillan fires the 3-1. Popped up into left field. Running over to it is Lewis, but McFarland, left fielder, loses it in the light as that'll drop foul. And that'll bring the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Unfortunate situation for the Oaks. Could have led to a potential second out in this inning, but when that ball's just hit sky high and that sunlight is beaming right into your eyes, Beam really couldn't.
Oh,
make
you
the
took
catch.
it from me, Jonah. I was itching to make that joke, but you took it from me. You made eye contact with our statistician, Keith Schneider, who was giving you the nod. I was going to say Beam lost it in the beaming light, but our philosopher and colloquialist, Jonah Malkin, beat me to the punch. Payoff pitch once again. McMillan, nope, he's going to fire it over to first, but sliding back is Smith once again. They're keeping him close, a double play situation, middle infield playing thusly. Mayu at short and Weinstein at second. When they turn 2, it is an art. Just so fluid. The payoff pitch, runner goes. It's slapped up into shallow center field, and that's going to drop for another hit. Runners on first and second now with 1 away. The tying run now in scoring position. And Gabe Chavez, the speedy Cal State San Bernardino product, will step in on the day. 2 for 4. 2 singles. He was caught stealing, reached on air back in the second, and got out in the 6th as well.
Nice hit by Krob up the middle. Just got that far enough past the gloves of Mayu and Weinstein into shallow center to advance the runners to first and second.
And you have to think that McMillan cannot get the out here. Solis may pull and put in Medell with the bases loaded because Medell is by far the Oaks' shutdown pitcher. McMillan peers and fires. He's gonna, after he checks the runner a couple times a second, the first pitch at the knees for strike number 1. Chavez headed to Cal State San Bernardino by way of Rio Hondo Community College. He batted .319 this past year in 37 games. 23 RBIs and 35 runs as well in his second year with the Arroyo Seco squad. He was actually with the Sentinels last year, with the Saints this year. McMillan checks Smith at second and deals, though, 1 pitch low and away for ball 1.
That ball just couldn't catch the bottom part of the strike zone. Castro tried to frame it, but unfortunately just couldn't bring it in.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, 2 on here. Oaks holding on to a 6-5 lead that they were able to get back in the top of the 8th. We're in the bottom of the 8th. McMillan deals, runner goes. It's chopped foul, though. And that's a break for the Oaks. That hit and run could have been successful if Chavez was able to hit that on the ground because that would have eliminated the double play. But now a 1-2 count. McMillan ahead and has a couple of pitches he can work with now. 91, 93 miles an hour is his mean fastball. With a good tail on that 2-seamer. Medell still getting loose in the Oaks bullpen. And you know he's itching to get out here. He's 0 for 1 on the season. He's 8 for 8 in saves, but the Oaks were tied 4-4 with the SoCal Catch 2 days ago, and he gave up a walk-off home run with 2 away. Actually, with 1 away, my mistake, in the bottom of the 9th inning. Other than that, he has been phenomenal. McMillan comes set. Checks the runner at second. Peers and fires the 1-2 pitch. Just drops a little bit low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sorry, I cut you off, John. Yeah,
You're
McMillan tried to finesse that curveball on the outside corner. Just ran a little low.
Police sirens glaring in the background. Wind picks up a little bit. Still scorching hot as McMillan deals the 2-2. Ripped foul once again. Chavez making McMillan work on the mound, and this is a quality at bat. With one away, Brian Smith at second, Dustin Krob at first. Oaks up 6-5 here. Oaks have 6 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. 9 hits resulting in 5 runs and 2 errors for the Saints in their inaugural season in the CCL. 13-10 record, 11-9 in the CCL. McMillan comes off the mound in a turn towards second, trying to show Smith that he is watching. There was a hit and run earlier in that bat, but Chavez fouled that ball back. Led the team in batting average last season, over 320. Takes back in. The 2-2 from McMillan. A 2-seamer. Check swing, and they're saying he didn't go around. And that'll bring the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Chavez did a nice job holding back that swing. It seemed like he might have came all the way around, but the last second able to hold his ground. Brings a 3rd full count situation for the Saints.
McMillan comes set and fires the payoff pitch. Runners go. It's slapped up the middle and down into center field. Rounding third and coming home is Smith. The throw in quickly will come to third as Krob will be safe, but the secondary throw is mishandled by Weinstein. He gets it over to Castro at home. The throw is not in time. And the Sentinels place 2 runs across the plate on a mistake by the Oaks. And they take a 7-6 lead here with 1 away and a runner at second base now.
Not the play you're looking for the Oaks. You had an opportunity to hold up the runner at second. Unfortunately, Weinstein bobbled it, got a little past him, tried to recover and make the throw to Castro in time. Couldn't get there in time, and the Saints now with the lead in the bottom of the 8th.
Only one of the 2 runs will be earned because that second run came around on the error by Lewis at third base. Oaks unable to hold on to the lead now as Tyler Durna steps in. A runner on second, only 1 away. 7-6 our score as he pops up the first pitch out of play. For strike number 1 on the day for Durna. 1 for 4 with a single, a run scored, 2 groundouts, and a pop out. And that's one of those situations where if the umpire called Chavez out on the check swing, even though it did look like he went around, that would have been a strikeout. Instead, the next pitch, a mistake by McMillan, that gave the Sentinels the lead. Or excuse me, the Saints. The 0-1 is speared too short. Got by Maya. It was he'll tag second for the L6 unassisted double play. We're through 8 full here. 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 error. Check that, 2 errors in the inning. And 1, or actually none, left on base. Headed to the top of the 9th, Saints up 7-6. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. One more opportunity for Caneo to try to make up the deficit.
magic.
It's rally cap time for the Oaks. Top of the ninth. DJ Miller steps in and slaps the first pitch he sees, foul for strike one. New pitcher on the mound as the Saints are up 7-6 here in the top of the ninth is Quint Weisberg from LA Pierce Junior College.
Let's go, DJ.
From Agoura Hills, California, played at Agoura High School. Headed to his junior year as the 0-1 pitch is taken low and outside for ball one. He didn't play last year at Pierce, but his first year, he had 37 innings pitched, a 3-3 record, 7.54 ERA, 26 strikeouts and 28 walks. The 1-1 to Miller, taken outside for ball number two. On the day for Miller, 1 for 4 with a single, a stolen base. He reached on error as well in the fourth, and 2 flyouts to right in 4 trips. Oaks blew the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gave up 2 runs as the 2-1 runs outside for ball 3. That gave the Sentinels a lead back 7-6. Now the Oaks have one more opportunity here in the top of the 9th with looks like a couple of pinch hitters waiting on deck. Zane Willems will pinch hit for Cockrell, in the next at bat. McFarland still in the hole here for the Oaks.
Come on, DJ's got to be there, kid.
Miller waits on the 3-1, check swing, he held back, pitches outside for ball 4, and the Oaks get the tying run now at first base with nobody away. A big walk there drawn by the fastest guy on the roster and possibly one of the fastest guys in the CC. And now Zane Willems, the most consistent catching hitter catcher that hits for the Oaks, will step in from Texas Tech. Coming in for Chase Cockrell, 1 for 4 on the day was Cockrell, a single, a line out, a pop out, and a strikeout. Played at Alvin Community College for 2 years. Now headed to Texas Tech in the fall. First pitch runs up and in for ball 1.
5 in a row, kid.
We'll see if they test the arm of Kerner here. Miller with a lot of speed over at first base, and he was actually caught stealing yesterday.
And that might be what they're discussing right now, Johnny.
He does have a stolen base in today's game as well back in the 6th inning, so they know that Miller can steal. That was part of a double steal that Mayu advanced to third as well, and then Mayu scored thereafter on the throwing error. 1-0 count, 1 on, 7-6 our score as they will attempt a light pickoff over to first. Miller's back safely, and this is one of those situations where they're just trying to show Miller that they're paying attention to him. Another pickoff attempt as the Ole Miss running Rebel will slide back safely. 1-0 count still as Willems digs back in and takes the 1-0 pitch low and away for ball 2. Batted above 340 this past year for Alvin after coming off Tommy John surgery. He was recruited as a pitcher and as a catcher, but now solely plays as a catcher as the quick pickoff attempt has Miller standing back to first.
Let's go, Zane. That's 6 in a row,
They're
kid.
really showing Miller that they're paying attention. They know that he has the speed to get around. If Willems can just get one in the gap, that'll be a run. The 2-0 paints the outside corner for strike number 1.
Beautiful pitch from Weisberg, showing incredible composure on the mound, understanding you have an incredibly fast runner, staying patient.
The 2-1 is a 2-hopper to Briggs as he will make the sure out over to first, advancing Miller to second. So that's actually a productive out there. Miller in scoring position now, and a single could tie the game up, with Jordan McFarland stepping in on the day for him. 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a single. He was out on a fielder's choice, though, in the 8th inning as well. So Miller on second. Willems down for 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Oaks trying to tie up the game here. 7-6 our score. Jacob Castro waiting on deck. In the hole is Cody Santana. He does have a bat and a helmet on, but he was out in today's game due to an injury. But we'll see here. Maybe he does play. First pitch runs outside for ball 1 to McFarland. Looking to draw his second walk on the day if he can show the patience. He has been very good at drawing walks, but he's also swung at a number of bad pitches, which has amounted to 20 total strikeouts. And now 51 at-bats on the season. Weisberg, Pearson fires the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, gets away from Kerner, but he quickly corrals it, knowing Miller would try to take third, and Miller goes back to second. 2 balls, no strikes.
And the benefit of having a speedy runner like Miller is if McFarland can somehow place a ball past the infield, you can be sure with Miller's speed, he can come all the way home to tie the game.
So here we go again. 7-6 our score, 2-0 to McFarland is ripped into left field, and that's going to be snagged by Krob for out number 2. 2 away now, tying run at second base, and the Oaks need to summon up that magic that they have had in the last couple of days with 2 away. They have gotten 2 out base knocks for runs that have happened or that have come in late game situations as of late, but success does often run out at times, as there's a conversation now between Mike Shavir and his catcher and his pitcher.
Well, in this particular case, the Oaks' backs are against the wall. 2 outs. Runner over at second. Last opportunity for the left-hander, Castro, to deliver what could be a huge RBI.
And remember, what changed the course of this game was that check swing call that Gabe Chavez had. He RBI'd in 2 runs, but they called him they said that his check swing didn't go around. When we looked back at the replay, it looked like he went around, but both the home plate umpire and the first base umpire said he didn't go around. And that changed the entire course of this ball game. Castro digs in, now 0 for 1 on the day, looking to advance Miller to home with 2 away here, the last breath, as Weisberg steps off and wants to take his time. Righty on lefty matchup here. Castro has had success for the Oaks in the batter's box. Came in place of Juan Gonzalez back in the 8th inning. The first pitch he sees is ripped into center field. And that's going to drop. Rounding third and coming home is Miller. To throw to the plate is in time as Miller is called out, and Solis is going to run out. He looked like he was safe. The home plate umpire called him out. Solis is going to argue it. The throw came in time, but Miller got under the tag, and we're going to look at the replay here. Our point of view looked like he was safe, and that'll do it. They're not going to call him, though there will be a conversation between the umpires at first and home. Miller looked like he slid in safely. In our point of view, the throw to the plate definitely came in time on the hop, but he looked like he got under the tag. Nope, the umpire is going to walk off and say that was the throw out. So that'll do it. Final line for you here. The Oaks get 6 runs on 13 hits. They accumulate 3 errors, and they leave a number 9 on base. The Saints get 7 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, and they also leave 9 on base. Jonah, what a way to end this game. A controversial call, and at the end of the day, the umpire gets the benefit of the doubt.
It's certainly a tough call. You obviously want to give that to Miller, but when you look at that throw, it seemed to have come right when Miller is trying to slide in. You can make the argue that he was underneath the tag, which it certainly looked like. Unfortunately, the home umpire and the first base umpire agreed that they thought he didn't. That's just the way games go sometimes. But if you're the Oaks, that play didn't determine the outcome of the game. For them, really it came back to earlier in the game when they couldn't hold the offense shut. For the Seco Saints, they had 3 costly errors, when at the time it didn't seem like it was going to impact the outcome of the game, but ultimately it did. And that's the big key takeaway. 3 errors is ultimately what costed them this game. It wasn't that last call, whether or not Miller was able to get under the tag.
Winning pitcher in today's game, Quint Robinson, Brett Weisberg with the save, Evan McMillan with the loss. Well, that'll do it for us here from Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, California. The Oaks lose on a controversial call, 7-6. Join us tomorrow at 11:50, 12 o'clock start time, when the Oaks will be back at Sparky Anderson to cap off the week against the Ventura Halos. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, a big thank you to the Arroyo Seco staff for making sure that we were set up here at Pasadena and allowing this broadcast to be on the air. Head coach David Solis, our statistician Keith Schneider, the Santana family, and my broadcasting partner Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkin, signing off, wishing you a wonderful rest of your Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow. Once again, the Saints defeat the Oaks 7-6.